Okay,
Sure.
so what's up?
Not much. Been busy, but I decided to join your stream when I saw it pop up while doing some side work, and well, might as well join to chat a bit.
Yeah. Why don't you answer the chatters, who you are?
Yeah. So I'm Sil, or known as Silence. I'm the community manager for Mortem. Some of you might have heard that name being dropped during the Iron Mace's last Q&A. So yeah, Pete wanted me to join his stream, and we can talk a bit about some aspects of the game and everything.
Yeah. Uh, so I do apologize in advance if I'm not the best at like questioning all that. I'm just,
That's fine.
so like just to get it out of the way, I think you already are. If you watch my streams, I do let people know that I am high functioning. So if I act weird, that's probably why. So I'm not the best at not like I'm just very carefree. I guess you could say I'm just like very genuine to myself. I don't try and put up an
All good.
act or anything. So my question is, would you like to since I'm kind of salty that Iron Man did say hey thanks to Pete, would you like to talk about from your perspective how that started?
Sure. Well, of course, everyone of you knows Pete, and he applied to be part of our community a while ago as a content creator role, and he and I have been talking on and off for like half a year now, maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
And during our Kickstarter, he was very excited about Ed Morden, and so he wants to help us, and he did that by introducing us to the development team of Iron Mace. And in that way, we are now in the talks with Iron Mace about possible collaborations in the future, and well, whatever side that may take,
Yeah.
we'll see in the future. But one of the possible ideas is to use one of the weapon skins in our game, and we give them some of our skins. For example, I think it was a Zweihander or something, the big great sword that Pete helped design. Yeah.
Yeah, so people in my community know that I was the maker of Bloodthirsty idea and concept. I pitched it to the SDF, and he liked the idea so much I helped them make it into a weapon. I'm not responsible for the modeling of it, but everything
Mm-hmm.
else about it. And the devs did confirm that it was like because of me. I'm not trying to like sound egotistical. I'm just trying to let people
Yeah, I
know.
mean, it came
But
from your mind, obviously.
yeah, so like part of the collaboration is just like, my brain, it's not like I'm trying to like get a better standard. I'm just like, I just want to. It would be cool to have my sword in Ad Mortem because I'm really hyped to play it. So if I could use my Bloodthirst in Ad Mortem, it'd be kind of cool as a weapon skin.
Yeah, we'll have to see it. It still depends on, of course,
The art
the,
director, the
the
Nicholas
art
Sist.
directions and, still business stuff we have to talk to with Iron Mace. But we're both, us and Iron Mace, very excited about the future collaborations, and definitely a good way to start out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll put this whole conversation into a YouTube video. But is there
Sure.
anything that you want to say? Like, I'm not like super large as a creator, but I'll do my best. Is there anything that you want to like get out there and whatnot?
Yeah, of course. So maybe some of you know about Mortem, maybe some of you don't. We are a melee slasher game, which is a bit of the similar combat style that Dark and Darker uses, but it's also very much like Chivalry, Medieval Warfare, Chivalry 2, and Mordhau. That's a tracer-based combat system where you really have to aim and use your body and movements to do the combat. And, well, we are creating a 5 versus 5 competitive game, but also a bit like Dark and Darker, a co-op PvE dungeon delving. So that's something a lot of people are excited for, and I think a large part of the Dark and Darker community will really like, where you and up to five others in total, can explore dungeons, fight AI monsters, get better, get loot, all that stuff.
Yeah. One of the funny ideas that I was thinking of when it's being made, if you take one of the artifacts as a weapon skin, it would be a cool concept because I know you guys in the PV mode dungeon, there's gonna be like perks and whatnot that would be like too overpowered for like PvP, but it's just like power fantasy. I feel like it'd be cool if like one of the upgrades, if you had the skin, would be like one of the original effects of the artifact. So for instance, Bloodthirst is all about like lifesteal and it does bleed damage on hit on an opponent. So it'd be kind of cool in the PV mode if you have the skin, you can actually get artifact effect from Dark and Darker.
Yeah, that's a very nice idea. I can definitely propose that to the team. Basically, as you said, PvP, we don't want to do power creep because it's all about your own skill with swords, using what is in the game. But PvE, you're gonna keep fighting harder enemies, you're gonna keep growing, and then the power creep is just gonna be fun. Big, massive weapons, getting stronger, things like that.
Yeah. So yeah, Iron Mace is really hyped about it. I really hope it works out. The other guy, Nicholas, is like more than happy to put the BT in the game, but it has to go through the art director. And even if my sword doesn't get in, I would just love to see any collaboration. Because like you can pull, there's like so many artifacts like Fulgore. That'd be kind of cool. It's this long sword that shoots a lightning bolt on the target every time they get hit. That's like only like 20 extra damage. But like, you know, there's a lot of like ideas and concepts to work with depending on which artifact you guys put for a weapon skin and have the PV mode of the concept idea.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of possibility to implement a lot of fun things in PvE. So there's really a lot of ways we can do the collaboration with Iron Mace. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because like for a while now, before the fire skins, they released, there was complaints about it not being in a bundle and the prices being really high. So, I mean, I didn't even buy the weapon skins because it's like $14. I'm not trying to diss on it. It's just like, I just think it's too much for a weapon skin. There's not even like a Zweihander. That's the main reason, actually. Because I only use Zwei. So, like.
I see. Well, if you don't get your main weapon in there. Fully understandable. It's definitely cost is always a thing you have to consider, but I'm sure Iron Mace is doing the best they can for that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing their best. Is there any chatters that want to ask anything, or do you want to say anything before we do any like small little Q&A? This doesn't have to be anything big. This isn't major. So,
no, it's fine. If anyone in chat has questions, we can. If you haven't seen at Mortem yet, the mods just posted a link. Feel free to ask anything you want.
Well, any chatters? Will there be rogues? I forgot you're watching this
Something like a rogue. So we have a class-based system for PvP, and both teams have a parallel, basically. So, for example, the red class, which you would be able to call the rogue. For the Huntry faction, this is the Stalker. And for the Palisadian faction, this is called the Sentinel. And these are light weapons. For example, the Sentinel has a combination of a rapier and a rudimentary flintlock pistol. So they are basically the red class, the roguish. Being fast, but light armor, a lot of piercing damage, and the ability to have some kind of ranged aspect. However, what is the thing within our genre is, of course, range can be annoying to deal with, so we design it in such a way that first you have to be in combat to build up a rage meter, much like how you have in melee games where you have to build up the gauge, and then you can use the built-up energy to shoot the gun. So it's a bit of a balance aspect to not make the ability to, sit in a corner of the map and snipe people.
Yeah, Dark and Dark players all know all too much about it because there's a range meta, especially in the arena game mode. One of the questions from the YouTube chatters is, does Ad Mortem have equipment that affects similar to Dark and Darker, so like stat rolls?
So at the moment, definitely not for PvP. PvP, we want to just keep skill-based and not be affected by your gear. PvE, maybe. We're not sure yet. Because PvE, it's a very big undertaking to make a nice, balanced PvE game. So we're still playing around with anything we can do to make it a more viable product. So we could look into stats of equipment for PvE, but it's not ironed out yet. But it's a very good question, yeah. So the answer is possibly.
Yeah.
I see in the Twitch chat, will there be dodges, parry mechanics? Yes. So the red class has a movement ability, which uses stamina to dodge forward and sideways. And parry mechanics, every class can parry. It's a timed parry, much like in Mordhau in Chivalry 1, where you have to time the parry correctly and line up your defense box with the enemy's swing tracer. Because if the swing comes from the right and you parry to the left side, you miss and you're gonna get hit.
Yeah,
so it is quite skill based. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the previous podcast episode you did with another YouTuber. And he talked about the rage. You don't want them to be like Overwatch, like push to win buttons. You want them to have counterplay.
Yeah, so the rage abilities, basically every class has a class ability and every weapon has a weapon ability. Only the red classes use stamina for their class ability. Everyone else uses rage right now. And rage is built up by being in combat, damaging enemies, parrying attacks, killing people, and that way you can build up your gauge. But exactly as you said, it's not a I win button. It's not I press this, I do 200 times damage. No, it's a way to trip up your opponent, a way to add something spicy to the combat. But if someone is good, it doesn't mean you will win.
Yeah.
With the opponent, I mean, of course.
People can feel that way with Barbarian's Reckless Attack. If you get hit in the head by it does like a lot of armor penetration. At the cost, if you get hit while under the effect, you take like 2 times more damage. It's not exactly like that, but you take a lot more damage if you get hit under Reckless. But people do thinking about it as a auto win button, because if you get hit by it, you're like 90% going to get one tapped.
For us, it's if you get hit, you'll feel it, because it does more damage than a normal attack. But there will be, at least right now, there's no one hit to kill weapon. So you will always at least be able to survive at least one hit. I see some question about a bill hook. Will there be a weapon like a bill hook in a game like Mordhau where it pulls your opponent? So at the moment, the Great War Axe, the double-bladed axe that is shown in the trailer, has a weapon ability that pulls in your opponent. So technically, yeah, it's already in the game, but just not as a bill hook. But it's possible to move around your opponents to work in a team play dynamic, yeah. We will not have a perfect block right now, Grim. So it's also not hold to parry. Right now it's basically it's a parry window of, well, out of my memory, roughly 350-ish MS. Might be a bit different. And if you miss your parry window, you're open to get hit. Like if someone drags around your parry or makes you panic parry, things like that.
One YouTube chatter has asked, will the attack system be like Dark and Darker or something like Chivalry? The attack system. So
it's like Chivalry 1 is our main core on which we built, much like a Mordhau was built on the same core system. So yeah, Chivalry 1 Medieval Warfare is the main comparison you can draw. Of course, more updated because that game is already old, outdated. Still fun, but outdated with the animations and everything.
That's nice.
Let me see. Does each class have multiple subclasses or variety? So right now, for PvP, they have different weapons you can pick up. So for example, the Slayer is one of the main, it's like the duelist class that you'll have, and it will be able to use a longsword, it will be able to use a big mace, might have the battle axe, things like that. So the different weapon allows you to have a different weapon art ability, and of course it has different stats, different range, different stamina impact, things like that. That's how you can make your build a bit different.
One question I have is, which character will be able to use the Zweihander?
Right now, Zweihander is built for the glass cannon classes, which is the Desecrator and the Partisan. These are big, long, heavy weapons, but they have like medium armor, and they're a bit faster, but they hit hard, but take more damage. So they're like the backline flankers,
That's
basically.
great. That's great news because I love glass cannon builds with my Zwei. I run there's a perk called Savage where if you take off your chest piece, you get 10% bonus damage.
Okay, nice.
So there's something like that where glass cannon where you can go fast and hit hard.
I see a question about map mechanics about mantling buildings and movement. So I guess that's about parkour and touch. Right now, all the classes have a different movement speed. So the big tanky classes are slower than the rat classes. Of course, the rat class also has the dodge ability. Right now, we haven't built climbing yet. At the moment, we don't see a reason for it, but if we do build maps in a more 3D element, so up and down, perhaps we will build a climbing system, but at the moment it's not in our scope. But we don't know what the future will hold, of course.
I have a good question. So about the PV mode. I'm a PvP player, but this is something I'm curious about. Will there be bosses like Dark and Darker, like Warlord?
Well, we are looking into various ways to make PvE fun. So there are harder enemies right now that you can fight. In the trailer, you saw a big demonic, massive stature. It's like a demon. Yeah, it has a name, of course. It's called a stalker. And this is a harder enemy you will have to fight. If we would classify it as a boss, I don't know, but it's definitely harder than your normal grunts to fight. So definitely need to be able to hold your own or use your teammates to your advantage.
Yeah. What is the reward for getting extracting in the PV mode? What is the objective? Like, like for other than just having a blast, is there a reward? Like you earn something if you survive successfully with your team in a PV run?
So right now it's dungeon delving, so you have an objective and you need to reach the objective to finish your mission, basically. We are still workshopping and ironing out what we exactly want with PvE, because the core's in there, but all the specifics not yet. So it's hard to give a specific answer right now because it can still change. It's very much so. Like our focus and our expertise is in the PvP aspect. So for us to make a very good balanced PvE game, it just takes a bit more development time. So just I would say watch, pay attention, and we'll reveal more about the PvE game loop down the line.
Yeah.
You can play solo, as I saw someone ask, but you can play solo PvE. It's going to be harder, but if you like a good challenge, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because one system is like achievements, and you get like, because I loved like Halo 3 as a kid on the Xbox. Do you know like Halo 3 Hayabusa armor? And how you unlock that?
Also, getting rewards for achievements, maybe. Everything is possible.
Yeah, the Halo 3 Hayabusa, if I remember, is you would only be able to unlock it if you got every single achievement in Halo. Throughout like the campaign and everything, multiplayer. So it's like if you saw somebody with that, you'd be like, all right, this guy's literally done everything. All the challenges. So I think that'd be a good
for sure.
It's like a cosmetic incentive for achievements.
We'll definitely have cosmetic aspects to rewards, of course. So you can get gear only in PvE, and then you can, show it off in PvP, and then you'll know, oh, this guy he's beat this guy, and he's 500 hours in PvE. He's a Giga Chad, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So definitely we'll do that, but the more intricates of how the PvE game loop is looking like, we're still ironing that out.
Yeah, because I think it was a good way to go that you're focusing on both the PvP, but also like doing some PV. Because one of the things what's making Mortem very unfun for newer players is they just get immediately stomped on before they can even enjoy the game. So having having a PV mode so people can get into it and like understand like how the game like function, like the engine, all that, and like get an understanding of the game world and how to play it. It's really good for people who can't get into
100%
it.
agree with you. The main issue with the other bigger games, Mordau, Chivalry 2, their whole focus is big medieval combat battles. And that's amazing. I still love playing Mordau myself. The
Same
issue
here.
is indeed new players. They join a game, they get matched up in a server with level 200s. Well, try to hold your own. You die within a second, right? No one likes that. That's one of the aspects we looked at, and one of the reasons we're doing matchmaking, MMR, PvP. Besides that, retention is very important to us, so we will have a good in-depth tutorial explaining every little aspect of the game. PvE will also help you integrate within the combat system if you're not that versed in it yet. But you will never be able to run into someone vastly more experienced than you because of the PvP matchmaking. Your skill is determining where you get placed. So you will always place someone around your same level, much like Valorant, CS:GO, games like any combat game that is MMR and such.
That's nice. That's all the really big questions that I would have personally. Is there anything that you want to say, or you want to keep talking to chatters?
I mean, I'm more than happy to answer some more questions. I see some people think I'm a Iron Mace developer. I'm not.
Yeah, people are joining in that context. I started my stream like an hour and a half ago. So.
That's fine. Just to reiterate, I'm the community manager of Mortem from Head On Studios, so I have nothing to do with Dark and Darker. Besides that, we are doing a future collaboration with Dark and Darker.
Yeah, I was talking to them about it. They really hope it works out. They really want to do it because like they've been wanting ideas for weapon skins. They didn't know exactly what to do, so they were like, "Oh, this is perfect." And I think, yeah, for sure. We have a lot of cool designs. I mean, the Slayer. Have you looked at the Slayer? I tried the original idea, if you remember, was actually putting the Slayer armor in Dark and Darker. That was my pitch. Is like. You guys would get Bloodthirst as a skin, and then Dark and Darker would get the armor skin of the Slayer with the horns, and I thought it would look cool on a fighter.
Yeah,
they might want to do weapon skins. Who knows?
Slayer, I love this design of the Slayer. The Drake Slayer set also looks really nice with the golden accents. Besides that,
the black armor's gold. I thought it was mud. He just got splashed from the picture, so it just looked like, man, they just slapped a lot of mud on him.
Kind of, it's technically it's petrified Drake blood that turns into a golden layer. So it is slapped on there, but it's just blood.
Yeah.
But that's a lore aspect of it. Yeah. So someone long time ago, someone killed a Drake and got covered in blood and just didn't clean his armor for some reason, and that's what happened.
Bragging rights, probably.
I guess so. I see someone ask about will solos be in the same lobby as party players? Well, so PvE is with your friends, so maybe we'll do a random queue PvE, but probably not. People tend to not like that, from my experience with other games like that. But it's not out of the question. PvP wise, yeah, we'll do like most matchmaking games do it. You can do a solo queue or you can do a multi queue. They will be in the same lobbies, of course, because it's about player size, and I don't think we have the luxury to split up the player base that way, unless we absolutely blow up, of course, but we have to stay realistic, because it is a very niche genre, so player count is something we always have to keep in mind.
All right, one question I have. Do you want to play Dark and Dark?
I mean, I can definitely. I don't have it at the moment. I've watched some of it through you and others.
Yeah.
Seems like a fun game. Now that they added parry to all other classes, I'm much more likely to want to try it.
You like parry desync? We got that. Plenty.
I mean, that's a different point. It's more like being able to defend yourself. Because before I looked at it and I saw like. A bard or something, he couldn't parry because he didn't have a weapon that could parry, and you eat hits and you die. I didn't like that. But now you at least can defend yourself a bit.
Yeah, do you like the concept of Lantern Shield then? It's a shield where it like extends out like a knife blade as a riposte. So if someone hits the shield, you can riposte it with like a hidden blade on the shield. It's like a big knife.
That's kind of cool for a game like this. Yeah, I don't mind. have some versatility in the defense and offense department.
Yeah, do you think, I guess that also would lead into a good question. Would there be any shield bashes or anything of the sorts in Mortem?
Yeah, so we have basically like games like Mordhau and Chivalry have kick as an interrupt, but we have bash, so you punch them. But the shield classes, which is the brutes for the Huntry and the Juggernaut for the Palisadians, they have a shield, and instead of punching them, they bash you with the shield, and it has more knockback. So that's definitely one of the aspects. Also, they have a shield charge class ability, which you've seen in the trailers, I'm sure, which also does a knockback and a slight stun if you get hit.
One question I have is, since you like to compare the game to Mordhau and Friends, do you ever think that you'll later down the line add another character that's a bow based?
So right now we have the flintlock as one of the range options. We might have things like one-handed crossbows. The main thing is the red classes.
Yeah. Yeah, because I played a lot of Mordhau. People hate longbows.
No, it's not even about the weapon type. It's about we don't want one class that can just sit in the back and snipe you. Because it is a melee game. You need to at least join the combat for a bit to build up enough rage to use your range ability. Right now we do a flintlock. We'll have probably crossbow in there, or maybe throwing weapons like an axe or a knife. For the red classes, they just have a one-handed weapon and an offhand, which is a ranged weapon, whatever type that is. Longbows, short bows, whatever, it's a bow. It always requires two hands, so that's not really a viable choice.
What about a not a hand crossbow, but one of those crossbows that is like attached to the person's upper arm?
Assassin's Creed crossbow.
Yeah. What about that?
It's a one-handed. It's a one-handed crossbow. Those exists. So it's still an offhand. So you could use a one-handed crossbow. It's something we have discussed for additional ranged weapons. Because right now we just have the rapier and the flintlock, but we will definitely do more differences. Maybe a hatchet and a crossbow, or a bludgeoning weapon and a throwing knife. Whoever knows. As an example.
I just came up with like a crazy concept. This is like really dumb. But like, you know the Pokemon Blastoise? This is just completely random.
Yeah.
So like
cannons on your back?
Yeah, no. Instead of that, just a ballista on like a giant dude, like the shield guy, right? But like he has just a giant ballista on his back, and his rage ability, he's like he just leans down and shoots a ballista at somebody. Just like a one-time thing. That'd be kind of cool. That's a crazy idea though. It's just something in my head came up with.
I see Grim ask about following up on his question. The main deciding factor for you is that you have to fight against a party. You can queue PvP solo, and other people will join you because it will always be 5 versus 5. So that's fine. The PvE aspect, you can always play with 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 people. That doesn't matter. Right now we don't have PvE-VP or PvPvE, whatever you want to call it. It's just PvE
like
right now.
Like a darker extraction where like there's PvE and PvP. And it's like
yeah, but that's not what's happening right now. It was one of the stretch goals, and maybe if we really blow up and sell millions and millions of copies, we'll look into expanding into that front. But right now, we have to keep the scope realistic to what we can do. So at the moment, it's just those two.
Oh, that's nice. So I guess on the subject of range, this last question about this range topic, do you ever think there'll be magic in the game? I'm not saying this is something I want, I'm just like trying to get the information out there, since Dark and Darker players are used to casters, like sorcerers.
Yeah, of course. We have a low fantasy setting, so it is fantasy, but it doesn't have a high level magic system. So, for example, the magic rituals are more like shaman type, or maybe warlock-esque, where it's like a ritual and then something happens. You'll not have people throwing fireballs. Yeah. The biggest one you have in the trailer, you can see a PvE aspect where they throw a phantom battle axe against one of the enemies. That's kind of like that, but that's more of a PvE power-up, or the flaming sword. Stuff like that we might do for PvE, but actual mages with lightning bolts and fireballs, everything, just as a basic concept.
Yeah, you want to
Probably
avoid.
not.
You want to have as much least amount of range as possible in a melee
Yeah,
game.
for PvP, definitely not.
People, me included,
Yeah,
would love that.
PvP definitely not. PvE, well, again, we can go wild there, and you can play out your power fantasy. So maybe we'll do some power upgrades that have ranged aspects, like the Phantom Battle Axe throw. But you're never gonna have a pure mage that throws fireballs.
I guess, well, actually, there is another question I just thought of. So, you know how you guys are having like a decapitation system where like limbs will fall off depending on where you hit them?
Yeah.
Would you ever think there's like a situation where, like, in the future, I don't know if it's a mechanic now, but like if you chop off the shield guy's shield arm, he just only has his weapon. Like you can disarm him, like quite literally disarm.
Oh yeah. That's just a big game mode in Chivalry 1, actually. Like, or not a game mode, a mod. Black Knight. It was fun. So yeah, you hit someone in the arm, they lose their arm, and they have to continue fighting
like,
with their stomp.
Yeah, like in a team fight, if you have someone flanking, rather than going for like a headshot, they try and go for like as like a, you know, trying to support their teammate by like disarming the shield guy to help their front line.
It's definitely not going to be a basic thing in PvP. But it would definitely be a fun modded mode that someone might be able to make with our SDK. If they make it, I'm definitely going to play it.
Speaking of modded, then, will there be mod support for the community to do things?
Yeah. So we're already sort of building our foundation for the SDK tools. So that's the modding development kit. It's definitely something we are working towards. It's part of one of our stretch goals. So yeah, whether we're gonna get it on release, I'm not 100% sure, because there are some legal aspects to an SDK that has to do with Epic, because we're using Unreal Engine 5, so SDKs have to be approved by Epic first. But we're definitely working toward releasing it at release or as soon as possible after release. Yeah.
All right. Well, another question is, will there ever be a console release or attempt to?
That's a good question. Obviously, we are a first-time indie dev, and any port is very difficult. Right now, our focus is on the PC game aspect, also using as much of Steam's integration systems as we can, so the trading system, party systems. So it's not out of the question, but again, also depends on how successful our launch is. And then if we're doing really well, we can look at a port later. But right now, I'll focus on PC.
I see. And you were talking about trading, so will there be similar like TF2 CSGO trading on Steam Market where you can like list and sell things?
Yeah, exactly.
You saying something about the Kickstarter awards even being able to.
Yeah, so Kickstarter awards are tradable. There will never be any more Kickstarter awards, but those that are there now, or those who got the Kickstarter tier in, yeah, they're finite, but they're sellable. So if you want to sell your fiery footsteps, you can. You don't have to, but you could.
Do you think there'll any be problems with that later down the line?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we'll have a name tag on probably like this item was originally from this person, nice. And then if you sell it through, so there's always you'll never be able to pretend you're a Kickstarter backer, but at least you can have the skins. If you're willing to pay the money that someone is asking, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're definitely gonna use the trading system.
That's really funny because like I was doing the Kickstarter, I bought the tier right below the Firefoot stuff. So I was like, man, I really want it, but like it's already a lot. So I was just like, I really want those Firefoot stuff, but I decided not to. So I might be able to trade somebody. That'd be funny.
Well, it's a possibility. Just see if you can get an early deal or something. Or I guess maybe at the beginning prices will be higher. I don't know. Some people I know bought everything just to sell it later, which, I mean, of course, we'll allow it, so it's viable. But that's how scalping works, I guess.
Will there be different languages on release, or is it only going to be in one language?
Voice lines will be English, but the other aspects of the game will definitely go through localization. So we'll have a company, a service, help us with translations for sure.
There was a question Oh, well, here's another question that was similar to what I was going to ask. I was saying, will it be released on early access? So I was saying earlier. But will the
Yeah.
beta/alpha be purchasable now? My friend just discovered after it was turned off. The Kickstarter was turned off.
This question we've gotten a lot. Right now, the answer is no. Kickstarter was the only way to get access. Currently, we're still looking through some taxation things. After that's done, we can evaluate if we can allow alpha or beta access through another purchase system. But that remains to be seen because UK taxes are a bit tricky. So it would be a waste if we have to give away even more of our Kickstarter funds because we decide to sell other aspects.
Yeah, I saw all about it when you two were talking with Iron Man, like discussing business.
Yeah, so it's basically we have to pay taxes on what we get from the Kickstarter, and if we get more, yeah, but it's not a purchase; it's a fund, it's a crowdfunding, so that's technically more like an pre-investment type deal. It's not profit sales, but if we then get profit sales by selling keys, then different taxation starts, and then we have to hand in more money, which would be a waste. So we're first ironing out all the taxes, and then we'll see what the options are. So right now I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let me think. Will there be any concerns about cosmetics being like? I'm just thinking of like questions asked that people would probably ask. So I'm just trying my best to give questions that a lot of people would ask. So like we all know there's gonna be cosmetics. Do you think there's any gonna be like pay to win cosmetics? Because in like Destiny 2, right? There were certain ornaments like weapon skins. So for instance, a slug shotgun, where an ornament gave it like slightly more range because of how the barrel was modeled longer. So is there any concerns of like slight pay to win cosmetics?
So for
like
PvP, no,
sword,
again,
for instance.
Yeah. No, so everything is the same size for all the weapons, regardless of the model. Those statistics, if it's a longsword, the range will stay the longsword. Visually, it will stay the same length. Maybe the width might change, but that doesn't affect the tracer, which is the line inside the weapon that determines whether you hit someone or not, for those who don't know.
What about if it's the reverse though? What if it's like the skin is shorter and it hits you, phantom reaches you because
so it won't.
Skin will be
so the length.
So
no,
just
it won't.
Like
so the length. Yeah. Every skin is always a retexture because a longsword is always a longsword, and PvP values will not change based on a different skin, whether it's the royal longsword or the rusty longsword or whatever. It's always the same. PvE, of course, will have.
I see. I guess a good question is if skins are retextions, are there going to be gold weapon skins? Yeah. Gold weapon skin. Oh, 1 second, chat. His PC crashed. Hello?
Oh no, I don't know. Yeah.
Hey. If you're busy, you can, it's no pressure.
I don't know why. A blue screen.
Yeah? You're on your phone, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Do you I'm on my phone. Keep going or take a little break? Or
Fine.
Just stop for that.
So as I was saying, we're talking skin, right?
Yeah, so that won't change. Will there be golden weapon skins?
Oh, golden weapon skins. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. We're trying to keep the aesthetics of the skins within universe.
Yeah, you don't want them unrealistic and like look ugly. You don't want like Hello Kitty on a sword.
We're not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna have a bright green laser sword while we're in the medieval setting.
Oh man, but that's how you make the money. Where's my lightsaber? Just.
But yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, that's most of the questions I could have thought of. I'm just trying to like make sure to ask questions that people would want to ask. But I think that's the majority of them. Is there anything that you want to say, or you just want to keep answering chatters' questions?
I mean, right now I can't see chat. Of course, I'm rebooting my PC, but
yeah. All right, I guess I'll just think of something. We'll make
Well,
up
it's
the time.
basically for those who are interested, check out at Mortem. We have our Steam page up, we have a website, we have a Discord, we have a few trailers up already, and a combat introduction dev blog where you can learn more about what exactly the game is about. If you're not sure yet, because of course I'm talking, but it's easier to get an understanding when you actually see something in front of your own eyes.
All right, I came up with a goofy question. So,
Of course.
how to really win Dark and Darker players? Will there be a pregnant goblin in Admore? It's a running joke. People keep requesting it as a pregnant goblin for some reason. It's just a bit of joke for like the whole game's life.
I mean, we'll have many creatures we'll be able to fight. Like we currently have fishmen. Who have husks or like undead zombie type things.
Will there be Lizard
But
Man?
right now we haven't created Lizard Man yet. They could potentially be a PvE enemy for sure.
Yeah.
Basically, how that works in our world, you have entropy, a force chaos that has twisted the world slowly over thousands of years into the uninhabitable world it is now. Basically, it's way past its turning point. Everything is fucked. And they're just people are surviving. But that means animals, livestock, cows, they have mutated into monsters.
Oh god, so you're telling me there's just gonna be like there's gonna be a rat that's just built like the Rock, just jacked.
Maybe. Depends how the mutation goes. Yeah, like the demon you see is originally a cow.
Wow. Oh yeah, centaur.
The stalker. Or it was something like that. And it's just mutation. But also we have deities, which are these half demigod type of creatures, but they're not really gods, more like parasites on humanity, and they use their powers to influence the world and will raid their dungeons, their domains in PvE, trying to get them to get loot from them, try to kill them, try to lower their power, whatever PvE will look like.
Yeah. Well, for cosmetics, I'm thinking so you can get on your PC. So will there be like pet skins? So you have like a cat on your shoulder or something. This is like crazy outlandish idea, but you know. Yeah. Because you want to have skins that don't break the universe. You don't want to like break the arc style.
Right now we don't have anything like pets planned, but we do have a co-op hub, which is going to be your
hub.
place to chill out for PvE and everything. And you're gonna have a pet system or something. I don't know. We like customization and player freedom, so perhaps
that's
not
cool.
A certainty.
Yeah, that's really cool because Dark and Darker devs have been trying to add a social hub where like before you enter a dungeon, if you're trying to random queue, you all sit on a table and talk to each other, and then you queue on the table.
Back on my PC, by the way. I saw the hub. So basically, we're gonna have an actual movable hub, which you can walk around in. You can fight your friends. You can get your gear made. A bit like how Monster Hunter is, I guess. That's comparable.
Yeah, that's cool.
Something like that. And then you have some customization abilities there to make it look like how you want. And some of the, probably, not a certainty, but some of the Kickstarter rewards will be there. Like probably the paintings and such will be in the hub and the statues.
Oh, that's nice.
For the high tier reward pledges.
That's really cool. Yeah, I always liked it when games had social hubs where you could just like play chess against your friends. I could imagine like an Admore themed chessboard. It's like it's all the classes as like chess pieces.
Yeah, we'll definitely have some range of abilities to customize it how you want. To what degree, again, is a scope thing. So we'll have to see how far we get before release, but we're definitely looking to make it look awesome. Right now, for example, they're building the assets for that part of the map. They've sculpted a very nice pillar covered in vines and skulls and everything. Looks great.
Will there be different variations of the hub? So like one could be like a tavern, another could be in a forest. Or is
And
it
so the hub right now is basically the hub right now is focused in within the PVE storyline, so it's a central location, but you can change certain aspects of it due to customization, but it will always be that specific area.
Okay. Because I was thinking, would it like be universal or like there's separate hubs, but like when you go throughout the game, it changes based on the location you're in. So
Yeah, so it would be the
universal.
hostess, or like you host your own party with your friends. You're the party leader, so your hub will be showcased.
I see.
That's at the moment the idea. We might still change that, of course, but that's the current concept.
I don't know if you've answered it, but will there be customizations for your hub?
Yeah, so you might be able to change certain aspects of the hub. To what degree, again, depends on scope, how far we get. But we would like it if you'd be able to change it. But again, still work in progress. Depends how far we get.
I see.
And someone says face. Well, right now, PvP classes, no. We have the classes built like champions, you would say, like in Marvel Rivals or Overwatch. So the customization is fully into your loadout, the weapon skins, the armor skins, but you won't be able to change your facial features at the moment. Skin color, of course, we will be able to let you choose.
Yeah, you don't want a malform monstrosity like Mortem. You can just have like mess up the nose and everything. The eyes are just cross-eyed.
No, we want.
People love making walking monstrosities.
True, and it is funny. Mordo is very much a fun meme game right now with the dwarves and running pigs and everything. But we like our more grounded aesthetics, and we want to keep them.
Yeah, you don't want any red lizard mans running around. That'd be really stupid.
So it's customization is mostly focused on your armor and your weapons. And then, for example, you have a weapon skin or an armor skin, and there will be slight variations within that. So you can still change it a little bit, so it's not exactly the same for everyone. Like a different hilt, a different crossguards, a different pattern on the sword, Damascus, or a silver sheen or a copper sheen, as examples. Yeah,
that's cool. I guess one of the chat is saying VR would go hard. Is there any ideas? Because like that would be a monstrous task to do.
Yeah, VR definitely control wise, I don't think possible because our control scheme is input based. Yeah, so you press right, left mouse button, you do horizontal swing. So that won't work in VR. But just being able to look through VR, I think there's some modders that try to do that with Mordhau. So it's with the proper SDK possible. Don't know if you would want to do that, but it might be possible.
They probably would do it like TF2, how it originally did. It was like one of the first games that had VR support, where it's just like it's just the game, but your perspective, you can like look 360.
Yeah, probably. I'm not entirely sure, but the abilities are there. I guess it's also based on the ability of the modder, but definitely, at least I'm excited to see what mods are going to be made. And definitely know there's going to be some roleplay mods. People are going to try to do the Star Wars thing again, so we'll see.
Star Wars?
Yeah, like Chivalry 1 and Mordau both have a Star Wars mod.
Yeah, those mods.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's going to come back.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I can't wait for Big Chungus to be on the battlefield. It's got 3 times the health, but his hitbox is super large. It's like Fat Kid from Halo. It's just like a really slow target that tries to kill you, and everyone has to run away. It's just like last man standing.
Yeah, I mean, if we do support the modding scene, then which we will, but depends how many people, of course, want to make a mod. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a lot of fun game modes that are gonna be made by the community itself.
That's very nice.
And someone asked, can I customize my and change the color of my armor pieces? To a degree, within the set parameters we've given. So, for example, you can do green, blue, yellow, whatever. But if you don't allow pink, then you can't do pink. It depends on the armor set and faction. But there's going to be color variations on some of the armor pieces for sure. Yeah.
That's cool. I'm trying to think. Oh, I guess that'd be a good way to ask the question. So you're like saying that you like have like these like humanoid animals, but you don't want them as player skins. What if they were like under a helmet, the same helmet, and like
What
but
do you
you
mean?
could. So like imagine if the lizard man, right? Like
Hmm.
this is a spitball idea, just as a concept. But like you don't want skins for Admorn that breaks the the identity of the game or changes like hitboxes and visual design. But like for
Hmm.
instance, what if like there was a skin that like for the lizard where he still could wear the same helmet, it would look the exact same, but like you could see a tail sticking out, so you know it could be the
Oh,
lizard man. So basically like something super
yeah.
subtle.
I understand what you mean. Right now, all the player characters are going to be human.
Yeah.
Because the other races, there are other races in the world besides the demons. But they're not going to be playable right now. They're more going to be supportive roles.
Oh, that would be a good question. That's a good question. So
So,
there's a thing called
mhm,
Faustian Bargain, where like when you
mhm.
die in the dungeon, like the norms game mode. It's not allowed in the competitive game modes, but when you die, you can come back as one of the PvE and player control them and try and like attack players or get revenge on the person that killed you originally. Will there be any concepts or any like? Would you be? Is that an interesting idea of like people controlling some of the PvE?
um, it is something interesting right now. Like how we made the trailers is by spawning in as a mob and controlling them. So the aspect is already in the game. You can control an enemy mob already, or at least spawn in as.
You think
Right
this
now
could
for
be a modding
PvE,
thing?
it might be a mod. Yeah, it definitely like something like infection. It's definitely something people can make, and that would be fun. I don't think it's one of our focuses because, again, as I said, we have already two very massive game modes with a lot of scope. So we're going to try to keep it realistic. But we definitely might be able to do like fun little game modes after release if we have the time. Like thematic, this 2 months or this half a year, you have this game mode. Maybe, I don't know. It again
That's
depends
a
on
cool
how well
idea.
we do and how big we grow. But it's
Yeah.
definitely a fun idea, and otherwise, modders will be able to make it, and we'll definitely support them in their attempts.
Yeah. Let me think. Is there anything in the USA? I've just been asking like general questions, making sure I want you have plenty of room to talk.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what the questions are for. As for me, I mean, I'm here to answer the questions people have. The game, I think, is gonna be amazing. Of course, maybe I'm a bit biased,
It's funny that you're just
but
watching my stream. That's how this all started.
I am. Yeah,
You were just like, oh yeah, I was watching your stream. I'm just like, oh, cool.
yeah. I hopped in, but for me, I think it's important right now. We just want the word out there that Mortem is a thing because it is a very niche genre,
Yeah,
the
you're
melee
trying to
slasher
you're trying to
one.
get the exposure and like get the word out.
Yeah,
And that
yeah, exactly.
I'm planning to put this like whole conversation in a video from start to finish.
Yeah, of course,
So
including my crash. Of
yeah, because it's funny. It's hilarious.
course, it
No,
is.
yeah, people know that I'm not very professional. Don't worry.
No, it's fine.
I am just a guy with recording software. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I'm just trying to make
No, all good.
I'm just hoping I can make a living playing video games. Like, that's it. Like I just want the bare
Yeah,
minimum.
of course. I mean, that's fun. That's the dream, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make a living community managing a
Yeah,
video game.
you're trying to make a living making a game. I'm trying to make a living playing a game.
We're all here for something, yeah.
We're both gonna
Trade skills, jewel crafting. Right now, no. So again, PVE. Well, you have a crafting system in PVE, obviously, but it's not gonna probably not gonna be like level skill based. But then again, we don't know. It's gonna be a party system, so maybe someone we might choose that someone can focus into armor crafting, someone can focus into trinkets, that sort of thing. So maybe
Yeah.
it's still all being developed, and we're very much still playing around with what works.
Will there be a weapon XP system? That's something I just thought of.
In what way do you mean?
So like if you use a certain weapon, you get more XP for that weapon, and then it helps you unlock cosmetics for that weapon. So like the golden weapon skin I was saying earlier, that'd be funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you reach the max level, you get the gold variant.
We'll definitely do some type of weapon unlocks for our skin unlocks at least. Whether we'll do that through kills or just general level, we're not sure yet. But Chivalry 1, for example, did that. That's how they had you unlock the different weapons and the weapon skins for Chivalry 2 as well. So, possibly.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a better stat weapon for PvP, but definitely something we can look into.
All right, that's good. All right, I guess it's up to the chatters to ask questions. I'm out of ideas. Unless they're
Someone
also...
asked again, you have to gonna be magic or wizards, so we're not gonna have big magic types, but we'll have a low magic system, which means, especially in PvE, there's gonna be more magic aspects. And for PvE, well, maybe there's a map objective where you have to stop a summoning or you have to interrupt a ritual, something like that.
Oh, wait,
It's gonna be more shamanic.
I got a good question. Will there be any characters that give buffs to other teammates? Just in any way?
Right, yeah. Right now, no. I know in the beginning of the game, we were concepting a 5th class, which is like a supportive role, but we decided to not do that for now because of scope. Maybe down the line we'll do more classes, and maybe one of them might be a supportive role. But right now, our main focus is on the 4 main classes we have.
Don't worry, as long as you don't add a druid to the game, you'll be fine. Just don't add a druid.
Well, they're not gonna be druid like how in D&D they are, but they're gonna. I can talk a little bit about the early concept for the supportive role. It was gonna be like a shaman type of thing, which works with totems.
Just throws like talismans at your teammates or something.
Yeah, basically. So it's like he can give you a small buff, he can give you a small heal, he can give you some stamina, things like that. But in the end, we didn't go for it because balancing 4 melee classes is already hard enough, and then introducing a 5th, that's just a bit too much.
A big problem in like a trios versus trios is a team called Buff Ball, where you stack multiple characters, like a barbarian that like buffs your teammate into becoming like an unholy abomination of stats, and they just run over an enemy team.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's definitely not something we want to avoid. Of course, the classes are still kind of balanced, but you could do a full red 5 loadout, but they won't survive that long.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great question. Is there gonna be like characters like a switch off Hanzo? You think it's gonna be like Overwatch, like switch off that character, the hand cannon guy, I guess.
Yeah, well, you can always switch your class mid-match, so you will respawn as another class. That's fine.
Is there any classes that counter? Is it like Overwatch in that sense, where like one class counters the other in any way?
I mean a little bit. So you have the ones with the higher damage. So the partisan will counter the stalker. So the glass cannon will counter the rat a little bit because their weapons do a lot of damage, and the rats will have lower defenses. You have the big shield guys who can hold out longer because they have higher HP and higher defense. So it's about balancing your team optimally to have enough combat ability at the front line so you can hold out the fight while the other people flank and do the big damage, for example.
Do you think counter swapping is going to be problematic where both teams are constantly swapping characters to try and counter swap the other?
Could be, but that's part of the skill. So if you see they have 3 rats and they try to hold a line, for example, because they dip in and out of combat and can shoot you, well, then you need a few more tanks who can soak in the damage, and then they can do the front line while your own rat picks them off. Something like that. It's always going to be that playing balance to try and counterplay your opponent. I think every comp game has that, and we will definitely see people switch classes a lot, but that's fine.
All right. There was a YouTube chatter that asked, when does the alpha beta come out for Mortem? The alpha or the beta?
Yeah. So currently the Kickstarters, those who do the Kickstarter backing will have access to the alpha at the end of the year. And then beta hasn't been decided yet because we're first going to focus on the alpha itself, but it's likely a similar time frame.
Yeah. Will I be able to stream the alpha though?
Yeah.
For viewers.
Yeah, we decided it's useless to try and handicap people and try to prevent them from streaming and leaking, because we'll never be able to. So we'll accept the free exposure, and you can stream all you want.
Yeah, because if you guys ask me to, like, hey, don't, then I would respect your wishes. I've done that.
No, it's open. So
guys.
Yeah, no, you can stream and make videos all you want.
Okay.
As Grim asks, stat checking. Will the win condition favor more skill than gear? Yeah. So, of course, gear doesn't play a part in PvP. So, yeah, the classes have specific stats, and that's sure. But if you're a really, really good player, and for some reason you maybe you play casual, where the MMR system is a bit lower, you're 10 versus 10, you could have two really good players defeat the whole enemy team. If they're a bit lower classed. So it's more about skill than gear, because gear is not really the thing you can improve. Yeah, at least in the PvP.
Yeah, he's like his follow up was he hopes there's like there's a way to like you can turn the tables with skillful play.
Yeah, in PvE, gear will be a little bit of an aspect, probably. Still skill, of course. You need to be able to parry incoming attacks, kill the enemy mobs, because the enemy AI is based on actual player movements. So if I know how to drag and you don't, I will be able to kill this enemy and you cannot. You know?
Yeah, I love skillful gameplay. Because like for instance, Dark and Darker, for like longest time I usually wore that like shirtless build Savage, but then I would but I was kind of known for like just winning fights based on spacing alone and like not using gear, just not focusing on gear to stat check people. It was just my spacing and footwork. They nerfed hit stun a lot, so like they're not nearly as slowed down when they hit them. So it makes it like very impossible for me to do that anymore without like a specific ability.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so that's perfect for me because like I'm always reliant more on outplaying my opponents. Yeah,
at Mortem is going to be perfect for you. It's really all about skill in PvP. You need to be able to play better.
Yeah, I can't wait to get in there and instantly get curb stomped by the alpha by people who've been like making the game. Just no one.
We have some creatures in our QA testing, so yeah. Well, I can't hold my own against them, so it's definitely some of them are very good already.
Those aren't even humans; they're just creatures.
Goblins.
The strongest things that you have in your arsenal.
I saw someone ask what classes do we have. So we have 4 classes, and we have 2 factions: the Huntry and the Palisadians. The classes are the same basically; they just have slight variation in skins. The 4 class types are the tanks, the duelist, the glass cannon, and the rat class. And then they're just named differently per faction.
Yeah,
and the red class, they will have a one-handed weapon and a ranged option. The glass cannons are the big swords, the big pole arms, but medium lower armor. Then you have the tanks with one-handed weapons and shields and higher HP. And the duelist is a bit of the middle ground. They have 200 weapons, but the shorter ones, like long swords, battle axes, and they have decent armor.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed will be that Drake skin isn't going to be. I can't use Zweihander with that class.
Yeah, you can't. Not at the moment. Maybe in PvE.
Yeah, it's whatever. I was probably going to play the Barb guy with the double axe. That was my first pick, actually.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm really interested in that. Unless this one, unless the bloodthirst skin actually does happen, then I'm just not. I'm equipping that and nothing else ever. That is my sword.
Yeah, then you'll have the Partisan or the Desecrator as your
Yeah, the
main
champion
guys.
with the double axe with the spike on the middle.
Yeah, so the champion is a duelist. So it's the Slayer and the champion are the duelists. The Brute and the Juggernaut are the tanks. The Partisan and the Desecrator are the glass cannons. And then the Rats are the Sentinel and the Stalker.
Yeah, I love playing as in Mard. How I always played tank. I always like playing as like the biggest, like chonkiest dude who does the most damage. I'm not one for shields.
Well, yeah. In this case,
I just
yeah,
love
the
playing
tanks
as
don't do the
like-
most damage.
Yeah, I love playing the like most muscular, like large dude. Like Overwatch, just play some Overwatch. I'm just playing Mauga, which is just like a beefcake guy with 2 miniguns. I'm just like, oh yeah. And like in TF2, I made Brass Beast heavy.
They're telling me that I'm very loud.
Oh yeah, here I can
in
turn
chat.
you down. You want me to turn you down? I mean, it's been
Chat
on
saying
all
I'm
the
very
time.
loud. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Like one of the YouTube videos, I'll be able to turn it down. Here, I'll turn you
Sure.
down on Discord right now. It's there you go. I put you at 70% rather than 100.
Okay.
Yeah, if this is a YouTube video, when I make it in the YouTube video, I'll just be able to turn down the volume of the slider.
All right, good. Yeah, I just don't want to make any ears bleed.
Don't worry, you weren't that loud. It was just only like very slight. Nothing too big. Yeah.
All right, good. Thanks. So does anyone else have any questions? I mean, right now I only see Twitch, so I don't see YouTube.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, okay. Here, how does the classes different? What are the classes different based on the team, or is it just visual?
So the classes are basically mirrors of each other. They have the same role aspects. Some weapons might be slightly asymmetrical, like the battle axe might not be available for the Palisadian side, but only for the Huntry, just as an example. And Palisadians might only have a long sword, while the Huntry have a messer, something like that. But it's mostly skin and slightly weapon stats, but nothing massive.
Yeah. Do you think when the game releases, do you think there's gonna be like that one character that's way more powerful than everyone plays and he's like has like an 80% pick rate? Are you worried about that?
No, because of course we're balancing the game. We're doing a lot of internal testing. Of course, the Slayer is our poster boy with the horns and the aesthetic.
Yeah, he's the face of the game, the mascot, you could say.
Yeah, so he's our main guy, and there's a whole history why, based on Giru, our lead developer. His logo used to be a horned knight, so
yeah, I
he
used to watch
decided
I used to watch his
yeah.
YouTube videos from Mortem. They were always funny.
Yeah, so that's also why the Slayer has horned helmets. A bit of an homage to Giru's beginning, but that's also the poster boy, the cool aesthetics, basically the lore reason. Yeah.
No, you go. I'm sorry.
Okay, the lore reason the horns are basically the trophy of their first demon kill, and they are allowed to then mount it onto their heads as a sort of trophy. In Palisadian society, it's a status symbol.
I see. Will there be weapon inspects? Because like in the trailer, the Slayer's sharpening his sword. So will there be like emotes or a weapon inspect similar, or just in general?
Well, so yeah, the sharpening is one of the emotes, and we'll have different emotes and stuff. Right now, like someone made the floss in the game. Not sure if we're gonna. Yeah, not sure if we're gonna keep that one. Not sure if we're gonna keep it.
I don't want some Slayer hitting the gritty on me.
Yeah. Probably a placeholder, but this is an example.
Just keep it as one of those things, because like, you know how Mortal has a gun, but it was just you could never like obtain it, but through console commands you could have it. Just have it like that, where like when people are modding, it's in the game, so we just add it.
Yeah, but we'll definitely have emotes, we'll have voice lines like that. We might be able to have an animation that's inspecting your weapon. That's a cool one, to be honest.
Yeah,
like I always like
rune, right? Yeah,
we have a kill streak rune, so yeah, it counts up your kills.
To inspect when you have like kill streak on the
we're not sure if we're gonna do it kill streak or full stat track yet, but we're definitely gonna make it look cool.
Ooh. Can't wait to tell people my
'Cause we-
sword stat
yeah.
track, bro.
Yeah,
Factoring
because
in
we
stat
named
tracks.
it kill streak rune, but we were thinking maybe stat track is cooler than just a kill streak, because a kill streak resets after you die, of course.
What about head,
So-
like something like head counter or something? I don't
Yeah,
know.
so a stat track. So much
Yeah.
like how in Valorant and CS:GO, you just count all your kills. Maybe we switch it around. We're not entirely sure yet, but definitely, I think at least personally, it's better to have a stat track than a kill streak counter.
Yeah.
Or we'll combine it because it's a Kickstarter reward. We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Someone pinged me. Will there be FOMO? Either store cosmetics that are limited time? Maybe. Not sure. We're of course still a business, and
Yeah, like
We need to-
microtransactions, like
yeah.
limited time events. Where you're
Maybe
yeah,
we'll-
can't wait to get the Santa hat for my player. Can't wait for my
Well,
shield guy to
yeah.
be dressed up in clown makeup on the armor. It's like that one
Limited
photo
time,
of the
yeah.
soldiers and the one clown.
Limited time Easter armor. The Slayer has bunny ears. We don't know.
I mean, you guys are wanting to make sure like it doesn't immersion break, so wouldn't it just be
Yeah,
since it
of
only
course.
work during the event? So like you'd only be able to wear Christmas cosmetics during Christmas.
I don't know what
Do
we'll
you
do
think
with
that'd be a
events.
workaround?
And at the moment, we don't know what the events things are gonna be. We're definitely up for some fun things, but we also have a big rule of keeping things within the universe.
Yeah.
But we might do some limited time things or things that only appear once a year, something like that.
Yeah, because TF2 has something very similar, like spells, where it only works in Halloween, but like it shows on the item that like it has a spell attached to it, so people could visually see if they look at the item that they have, like oh that has special spectrum, like how it worked was like I guess that would be also a good question, like colors that like change very slowly, so like it slowly goes from red to green, or orange to red and back and forth.
I'm
but
not sure.
but-
That's
But that would only work during Halloween or in custom game modes with Halloween enabled.
maybe it's a fun idea we can definitely look at. Right now, it's
Well, I was just thinking of a way
special
to
events.
keep-
Yeah.
I was just thinking of like the idea for like having Christmas cosmetics without it permanently ruining the art style.
Yeah, of course. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll still have to look at how we want to do event themes. Right now, it's not a main focus yet. We first need to build the full game, and then we'll look at the
We gotta-
additional fun
Gotta
stuff.
build the game first.
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Then
get
we'll look
my
at
hands
Christmas.
on it and play it. I'm gonna be honest. I've been hyped for it forever. I love
Yeah,
playing,
well,
I love playing in Dark and Darker. So I'd love
Yeah.
that. But it'd be nice to
You'll
like,
get your
be able
hands
to
on it
have-
soon.
Yeah, I'm planning to like grind the game when I get my hands on it. Unless Dark and Darker gets like a major update. And that's my plan. Because I'm hoping that like I can build a following on Admorn. I just have no idea what I'm gonna do for videos.
Well, right now, we're reworking some of the movement components. And after that finish, we'll add more testers in for
Yeah.
QA reasons, and you'll be able to join them.
Oh, I thought we were keeping that the secret. At least
No, it's
Nicholas
fine.
said not to say anything. Will I be able to? Do you want me to stream that?
No,
Or-
you're not allowed.
Because
No,
if you say no, then I'm gonna respect your wishes and I won't.
no, that's pre-alpha, not allowed.
Yeah, because I already accidentally said like no, so I'll be respectful. I already done stuff like that for Dark and Darker, like Stingray and Fire Golem.
There's not going to be like a paladin class that can throw lightning spears, so that's a very high magic type thing, and we're doing more of a grounded, low magic type system.
What about weapon throws in general?
So as you saw in PvE, there was the Phantom Battle Axe
Yeah.
that you can throw, but that's
Yeah.
PvE. And
Yeah.
PvP will definitely not have the ability to throw weapons.
Yeah, you just
We're
want
gonna
to
keep-
have
yeah.
no projectile. I mean, that's actually pretty good because in melee games, it's always nice not having like to constantly dodge in like the air. Like you can actually just like
Yeah.
chill because as long as you're not in melee range, you're safe. You're not in any.
We want to
threat.
limit it. Yeah, so we want to limit range abilities to a degree, so that's also why rage is required for the red classes to use their range ability. If we then add throwing, being able to throw your weapons, that's then again negating our design choice.
Yeah, I get
So
it.
you'll not be able to throw your longsword or throw your battle axe in PvP, but the red classes will have a way to do a range damage type. But
Well,
it's also not super high damage.
Will there be any stealth mechanics on the rank classes? Like, will they make less audio, and would you be able? Will there like be situations where like, or will they have abilities or anything of the sort where they can like use a stealth playstyle and sneak up on the enemy?
I mean,
Like,
the
probably
red
not
classes are
invis, but,
softer. Red classes are softer. So, like for example, if the tank walks around, you can hear the metal clink, and you know he's there. The red classes make less sound when they walk around. Still a little bit, but less. So, if someone is busy fighting, you can definitely do a flank maneuver.
yeah. Will there be dual wielding two-handers? One chat is
Maybe in PvE. PvE will probably be more of the power fantasy. So maybe you can get an upgrade and be able to do that, but still that's not set in stone. But if it would be anywhere, it would be PvE.
all right. Hmm. Yeah, I think I've asked like all the general questions I could have thought of, like questions that I was curious about, and then like general questions. It's like I was just mainly thinking questions that people want to know, other than like release date. But I think we already answered that earlier.
Yeah, so the release date, alpha end of this year. The main release of the game itself remains to be seen. In Kickstarter we had to give a release date, so we said end of 2027, but that's more of a placeholder. And if that is the actual goal, is not yet determined yet.
Yeah, make sure
Kickstarter just required a date.
Yeah, like personally, like I'm really happy to get the game as soon as possible, but take as much time as you need.
Yeah, well, our focus really is quality over quantity. So we want to really iron out everything first.
Yeah.
But of course, the release date for Alpha is there, and it's going to be end of this year.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, have you just been watching the stream while we've been having this conversation?
Yes.
Are you enjoying my masterful gameplay? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're able to interview and still win the matches.
I'm more focused on the conversation, I'll be honest. Like, I'm only like 20% of my concentration on the gameplay.
Well, it's I mean, I enjoy watching Dark and Darker. I realize it's fun. It's a bit chaos, I think.
It's one of those games where it's a lot more fun to watch someone else suffer than you suffering yourself.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
If you ever want to play Dark, I'll be more glad to like give you like a whole tour guide and like play High Roller. But I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna I'm worried that you're gonna nerf your own rat classes because you're gonna get rogued like hundreds of times, and you'll be like, "All right, that's how I'm gonna unleash my anger on our rogue equivalent."
Luckily, I don't design. No, I mean we can try to play the game. I don't have it right now. I can buy it and try it out, of course.
If you want, I see
Grim ask. Oh, that's fine. I can see Grim ask by class identity. I meant that every class is good at their own respective means, or will every class be able to do everything? One guy is good at crowd control. Yeah, so every class has their own role within the combat. So the duelist is the main guy who can most likely hold his own, or 1v1, and maybe 1v2 if he's a good player. But it's about stats and how. For example, if you parry, you lose some stamina, and the duelist has different balance for that. So the tanks, they can more easily fight against more opponents. The glass cannons are the flankers who can do backstabs, and the rats, of course, have a similar role but with more ranged aspects. So every class has their role within the combat. So you will not be able to find a rat class be able to hold his own against a duel very long because he just has way less health. So it's more like you die in a few hits, while the tank dies in. Well, for example, the red dies in 2 and the tank dies in 5, and that's a very big difference. Because the game is lethal, and if you don't play well, you die.
Yeah. I guess a good question is on 5v5s, how big are going to be the maps? Like, are you going to be large enough where like you can take alternative routes and flanks?
Yeah, so that is the idea. The maps are very dynamically built, so that your approach towards your objective is also relevant. Of course, eventually there will be metas, I'm sure, but there will be different routes.
Oh, I can't wait. No, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait and seeing add more Discord when it comes out and people are complaining about like a meta or something. You already know, like, oh my god, like for instance, one of my worries, like one of my potential thoughts of what might happen in a meta is like one person, like everyone on the team stacks one class.
Mm-hmm.
So like the shield guy, like everyone just plays the shield guy and like just hugs each other like Vikings, like from 500, and just like just unkillable.
Yeah, you could. Like for example, you could do a 5-man shield class, but then all of you will be slow.
Yeah,
and then
but like
all
people
of you
love that though. People love hanging out with their friends doing stupid stuff like that.
You can definitely do that, although I would advise doing that in the 10 versus 10 mode, so you don't mess up your MMR. But yeah, you can play around. Of course, all tanks means you're slow, so people can just outrun you.
Do you think there's going to be a class like Dark and Darker's Barb where like people always complain about Barb being the big cheese because he's like an easier class to play, very powerful. He's basically the guy that everyone points fingers of everything wrong with what's wrong when a game is like oh there's rogues that are overpowered, blame the barbs. Just like you think there's gonna be like one class that everyone like points fingers at and hate and despise?
I don't know. I mean, so the Slayer and the Champion are going to be the default class. They're the main neutral aspect. So a lot of people will probably start out with them because they are your basic foundation. They're a bit good at everything, but not specialized in anything either. So maybe that's the standard that's going to be kept as a baseline, and maybe that's when people will blame it. But will remain to be seen.
You said there was going to be MMR, so is there going to be like lever forgiveness for other teammates affected? Or like a system like how Overwatch, when they detect a cheater, the match instantly ends with like nothing affecting MMR? There's a lever.
So we will have aspects like that in the game, of course. It's a competitive game, so we want to make it fair. If you have people leave the game or throw the match, it shouldn't affect your MMR. But it's not built yet, the systems. We will, however, have extensive anti-cheat features, because you mentioned hackers.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about Sword Game is there's not really that many things you can do to hack in Sword Game. I mean, yeah, it's like parry and whatnot, but like, no one's really going to care if they have aimbot, especially if there's no bows.
So you have parry bots. They can interrupt the swings. The main ones, which is hard to catch, is small tweaks. If you take Mortem, for example.
Yeah, like speed the weapon swing.
No, not even that. It's a slight 5% turn cap change. Or it's a slight wind-up reduction, which makes it look like you're not cheating, but there's something off.
Yeah.
It's those things.
Closet cheating, basically. Like trying to hide.
So it's not easily noticeable, but when you play against them, you feel like there's something wrong there.
Yeah, can't wait for one of the enemies just to start flying like in G-Bot, no clipping.
Yeah.
Just going through the floor, attacking you.
Yeah. So a lot of things are still being built. We will not reveal a lot of information about our security system for obvious reasons, but we're definitely going to have a lot of in-depth protection. Also, a lot of built-in moderation tools, reporting tools, which I'm in charge of. So, yeah, it's going to be good. We're talking about Ad Mortem, the Parrot. It's a game that's still in development. We are currently doing collaboration with Iron Mace for some type of skin systems.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back. My headset literally battery died while you were talking.
Oh yeah, no worries. All good.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Just making sure you're not taking too much of your time, of course. If
No,
you
it's fine.
don't feel held up, there's no pressure. Anyway, yeah. I'm more glad to talk with you for as long as you want on stream, though, or off stream.
How much time you have? I'm fine.
I got like 3 hours, dog. You're good. Like, my schedule's very open. I get to sit here for 24 hours if you really want to.
Oh yeah.
We could literally do
good.
this all day.
I mean, it depends how many questions there are. What people want to do. I mean, we could analyze a trailer, for example, or talk more in depth about certain aspects.
No, this is not the new project ICF took over. This is add more YouTube chatters. Sorry, some YouTube chatters were just asking.
Yeah, so at Mortem is not related to Iron Mace. At Mortem is being developed by Head On Studios. We are an indie developer. We're just doing or in the middle of collaboration details with Iron Mace.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my sword in the game.
I'm seeing people saying trailer, so maybe up to you after the next match.
Yeah, you want to watch a trailer together? I don't know.
We have 2 trailers up and 1 combat introductory dev blog. Dev blog is a bit longer. It's up to the people, and we have a cinematic trailer, of course, which just looks amazing.
Yeah.
So it's up to you.
I don't mind. If you want to screen share a trailer and then I just show it on Discord. I don't want to show my browser right now because I got like YouTube stream going.
Yeah. Might not have the greatest connection, but we'll have a check.
All right, after this arena match. Yeah. I'm not. I always try when I'm talking with like Iron Mace. I don't try to like pry extra information.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not trying to like get like one up or anything. So only tell what you want to say. You know, and don't feel pressure.
Yeah, all good. I can definitely share my screen and then go from there. Just let me know when you're ready. I can screen share. I'm just
there's like 2 more rounds to go.
So worried about the connection because I'm in Europe. You're not in Europe, but we'll see.
I'm surprised that you're calling on this time zone. Isn't it like late at night for you, or is it morning?
No, it's 6:30 right now.
Oh, yeah, you're like a couple hours ahead of me.
Yeah,
it's like
not that bad.
It's like 12 o'clock. So yeah, not bad. Yeah, Iron Mace, they're like different time zone, like opposite time zone. So like right now it's like probably 3 in the morning for them.
Oh yeah, Australia has actually had a timer. It's 4 a.m. in Sydney.
Yeah.
I see in YouTube someone asked, will there be some looting, dungeon crawling, or only PvP? So we will have 2 flagship game modes. The PvP competitive, which is 5 versus 5, and we'll also have a 10 versus 10 casual variant, and our PvE co-op dungeon crawling. Those are our 2 main focuses. There will be smaller game modes like Team Deathmatch, Last Team Standing, those things. We'll have an official duel mode as well, where you can duel your friends. Also, we can duel while you are queuing for PvP, so you just don't just stare at a menu window waiting for the next match.
Yeah.
So you can warm up already and play around.
Alright, I got him. Here, I'll put on the Discord. I'll show the Discord thing so you can see the screen share. Here, put on the screen share.
Yeah, sure.
Rise, vessel. Rise.
Yeah, you wish to show the second trailer? Or are you good with just the one? I'll let you decide. Everyone's
can.
watching.
Well, I mean, we can. We have 3 trailers and a dev blog.
Yeah.
The arms. Well, this is this was the first trailer, so we still had a little fish eye effect going on. Right now, it's already looking better.
Hopefully no one's taking a peek of Paul DMing me. Paul's like one of the main guys. He's like DMing me such a notification. No one's gonna pay attention to that, hopefully.
So was a pistol not cool? I mean, we over-exaggerated the damage that the pistol does for cinematic value. In the game itself, it doesn't one hit to kill, and there's a damage drop off with range. So the further you are, the less damage you do. So it is balanced in game, of course. Just for the trailer aesthetics, it's just big boom.
Yeah, nah. Make everyone mauled about it. Make it a one-hit kill, even in the big toe. Just make everyone like mauled about it, and everyone uses it. That's what I'm assuming. Like, going to be the class that everyone plays. It's just they want to use the gun. I'm assuming.
Maybe the red class, but the rapier is harder to use. And
yeah, no, that one's awesome. No, because they'll be like, oh, I'm so skilled. I'll use the hard class. They'll feel encouraged because it's called the hard class.
I mean, I'll share the trailer with people who want to watch it.
Yeah, watch the other trailer.
We have a few more.
Yeah, go ahead. You got the spotlight.
Of course. Well, so we have the gear. We were in the OTK Games Expo where we won both one of the 5 best upcoming games, and we won the art direction, which means our lead artist also got a sick at Mortem themed PC now, chilling in his office, which is cool.
Can't wait for
we'll watch the OTK one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the original OTK trailer.
Lovely.
Which got us the rewards, so that was nice.
Yeah. I already watched all the trailers. I love these.
Yeah, I can post this link too for those who want it.
Yeah.
And then the nice one is a cinematic trailer, all shot in game. By the way, this was the Kickstarter trailer.
The Kickstarter trailer. What do they call it?
Everything here is shot and recorded with actual in-game footage. Nothing is pre-baked, nothing is pre-animated. Everything was in-game engine.
Yeah. Yeah, swordplay is very smooth.
This one, we got a very nice epic voice actor, Box in the Void, to voice the Slayer for us.
Every slain demon is another unheard prayer. Hantry reavers scour the yet fertile land. 1,000 dead heathens under a shattered heaven. 1,000 yet to die. My mind fades with every death, yet my vows do not. The blood soaked into my steel remembers. I remember the enemy.
The rest of this is
Yeah,
Kiru talking about the Kickstarter. So
yeah.
Kickstarter's over, so it's not that relevant anymore. But if people want to watch, then I will share this again.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also still the dev blog trailer, but that's a bit longer. It goes into detail about all the combat aspects. I definitely recommend people that are interested to watch it.
Yeah. What I
because it
like
will
about
really
it
show
is
you. Mhm.
I loved playing Mortem when it was popping off, but then when it fell off, like
Mhm.
stopped playing because like it was just fighting the same sweaty toxic players. But like what I like about
Yeah.
this, it reminds me a lot of Mordhau, but like
Mhm.
it has one of the best art styles. Like my favorite art style is like the Dark Souls 1 art style, and that what it looks like the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree slash like Dark Souls 1 like art style is
Yeah, we
like my favorite.
definitely have grim,
Sorry,
dark, gothic aspects. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I like about the art style of the game. Like it fits that perfectly.
Yeah, we definitely have that gritty, surreal style, but also slightly. I mean, it's based in realism, but it has some fantasy elements to it.
Yeah, I can't wait for that Santa head skin to completely break the immersion.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. So we can watch the. Of course, if people still want to watch more trailers, we can watch the dev blog, but it's a bit more in length. So it's up to what the chat wants. I don't want to have you stare at the screen all the time, of course.
Oh, you're good. I'm here to help you, bro. I'm here to support you the best way I can. I mean, it's only something I can't really do that much, but I want to do my best because I do like the project you're doing, and I'm a fan of your work. And I want to try my best to support y'all, and hopefully, when I get my hands on the game, it works out.
Yeah, okay, we can definitely watch the combat dev blog. Then also people get a bit of a feel about what is possible with the combat.
Oh yeah, for the Christmas event. Wait, hold on, pause it.
I mean, we can talk through it. I'll just lower the volume a bit.
Well, I was gonna say, just as fun subject of the Christmas mode, it'd just be funny in the PV mode. You're just fighting like demonic elves, and then like the big boss is just Santa Claus.
That would be a funny mod.
Just thinking about it. All right, we can watch the trailer.
Yeah, well, we can analyze if you have any questions.
Yeah. I'll bring
Sure.
up any questions if I have any. But I want them to hear it since I've seen this and it goes over the gameplay.
All
So
right, sure.
you can turn it back up.
Hi everyone, this is Giru, and today we're going to be running through Ad Mortem's combat system. This is not a full deep dive, but rather a fast, high-level tour of what the combat system can do. Please bear in mind that this is all subject to change. the real-time swing system. Ad Mortem features a state-of-the-art combat system that is focused on clean, accurate hitboxes and deliberate, precision-driven strikes. Your first-person and third-person animations are entirely matched in world space, meaning your blade is truly where it looks like it is. There are no phantom range hitboxes. The combat is designed to feel meaty and impactful. Your blade will connect when it actually strikes them in real time. This also means you can skillfully manipulate your swings to bypass the enemy's defense, whether by faking one side and hitting the other, or by accelerating or dragging your strike around their parry. This style of swing system allows for creative expression and freedom in your fighting style. There are many optimal ways to bring down your opponents. There are limitations to this system, of course. You are unable to freeze your swing in place in the air due to an advanced turn cap system. You also cannot strike enemies behind you with a backswing. Strikes. Striking in Ad Mortem demands precision and mastery. Weapons have different properties, animations, speed, range, and more. Damage depends on what you hit and where you hit them. Hitting a heavily armored enemy with light strikes won't yield great results, but cleaving into an exposed, unarmored neck is brutally effective. Attacks can be comboed or chained together. These combinations have unique properties which are dependent on the attacks that are combined and the weapons used. Ad Mortem also has a universal bash mechanic, a fast, low-damaging interrupt used for punishing your opponent's poor offense or just catching them off guard. Each weapon has a different bash with different properties, and successfully landing bashes generates extra rage, which we will go into more detail later. During strikes, there is a turn cap, a limit to how much you can turn your camera. This prevents players from going absolutely crazy with their swings, and in turn makes the swings feel weighty and impactful. Each swing has multiple stages: wind up, then the damaging phase, and recovery. You can also parry out of any of these phases apart from the damaging phase of your attack. Movement. Ad Mortem presents a fluid, full torso movement system featuring sprinting, jumping, and crouching. Moving your mouse also rotates your character's torso. You can duck under swings, matrix, or even jump over strikes. Skilled fighters are capable of weaving in and out of the range of attacks, exploiting their opponent's weapon and turn cap. In the heat of a fight, you can even dodge an incoming attack by looking at their swing, their orientation, and then moving skillfully to the side, and then follow up with a punish. Each class in Ad Mortem features its own movement tuning: walk speed, sprint speed, acceleration, sheath movement, ground friction, and many other parameters that are all finely tuned and adjusted to reinforce that class's unique identity. Lighter classes are more agile, whilst the heavier classes trade mobility for power and stability. Defense. Parrying in Ad Mortem is skillful but very accessible. Values and timings are balanced to reasonable levels, so it doesn't take a superhuman reaction time to defend yourself. Successfully parrying attacks will drain your stamina. From a successful parry, you can execute a riposte, which is a rapid counter-attack that also deflects other incoming strikes. Parrying is an extremely central feature to the combat system. Most things are parryable, including bullets. Riposting is not just for mixing up your opponent with fast attacks. With a skillful parrying and riposte technique, you can bring down multiple opponents on the battlefield. Being outnumbered puts you at a disadvantage, but it does not mean you can't come out of the situation victorious. feints and morphs. Attacks can be cancelled or feinted with the default bind of Q. If your opponent falls for your feint, you will need to use technique and precision to follow up for the punish. Attacks can also be morphed into another attack, which can be used to throw off your opponent. Feints and morphs have very different properties, and these can be different per weapon as well. Both cost stamina. Both morphs and feints are designed to be interrupted and punishable. You will need to explore your weapon and your own combat style to get a feel for how each option fits into your timing, spacing, and overall approach to a fight. The Rage system. Successfully striking enemies and successfully parrying attacks builds rage. Once you have accumulated enough rage, you can spend it to execute devastating class abilities and weapon arts. Rage creates a snowball potential and enhances the weapon and class identity. Every weapon and class has its own unique rage mechanics layered over the core combat. These range from brutal power moves to intricate utilities that reward high skill execution. The rage abilities integrate into the combat core uniquely. Some have unique properties when comboed or used as a riposte. These are not I win buttons or ultimate abilities. However, in co-op, they can be upgraded to unnaturally powerful levels. Ad Mortem's combat core is constantly being developed, including balancing and new features. What we've shown today is just a high-level, shallow overview of some of what's available. There's much more to come. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time for Devblog number 2.
So yeah, that was the dev blog introducing a bit of the combat. So the people who've been listening for the past hour also get a bit of a feel and view of how things work.
Yeah, I think that was good overall for people to see. But we were
Yeah.
the few people that didn't know what Admore was.
Yeah. So
I did
it's
mention
not
it a couple times.
it's not out yet. It's currently in pre-development. So it is still being worked on. We'll get the alpha out for those who kickstart backed us later this year. We are looking at maybe a way to get more alpha keys out there, but we're not really certain yet for those who just joined. There's a bunch of business reasons towards it, but we're looking into it.
Question is, can you hold down the block?
No.
The shield?
Yeah, so we do not have any health block. Also, the shield is a timed parry. The shield just adds some different values to it, different aspects. I see people compared to Mordhau. Yes, it's a similar combat system. So Mordhau is based off of Chivalry Medieval Warfare. We also take our inspiration from Chivalry Medieval Warfare as a basis. And most of the developers have at least over 2,000 hours in the genre, but Kiru, our lead developer, I think 8,000, maybe 10,000 by now. And a lot of the team is just been around this community for at least a decade, including myself.
I love the video.
So everyone's
Yeah, I love the video where they all had British accents and threw rocks in the tournament. That's my favorite video.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm blind.
Actually, that was my tournament.
How'd you feel getting completely clowned on?
I mean, hey, not us. It's Mordhau was the game, but yeah, my history is in. I was a moderator for Mordhau. I was an event manager for a lot of competitive events, tournaments, and things for Chivalry 1 and Mordhau, and that's how I got to be community manager. That's my expertise, and all the developers, they're old-time veterans of the genre. At least most of the developers. and everyone is really passionate about the genre. Some people say it looks a bit like For Honor, kind of, but not fully, because For Honor is
does
more
have-
like
it has a little bit of elements of that.
little bit,
Like a
little bit,
little spice.
yeah. For Honor is more comparable to a 3-dimension fighting game, while we are really like the melee slasher, so it's tracer based, timed parry, no stock animations. Because For Honor, you have these type of animations where you're committed. We don't have that.
Oh yeah, there was one question earlier. We were watching trailers, so you can answer. Is it all first person, third person, or both? Can you
So
choose?
both. Yeah, it's both.
Yeah, so you can choose whether being third person or first person.
Mhm.
Do you think it's gonna be like Mordhound Shiv, where there's an advantage being in third person? Like with the tryhards? I'm gonna do first person. I don't care.
It's both. So
Yeah.
we are allowing both.
Yeah, you think the
First person and
creatures,
third
as you
person,
call it, will use only third person to have more advantage?
No. So third person, it depends on the game. If we look at Chivalry 1, third person was not optimal.
Chivalry
So
2 it
medieval warfare.
was. That's
Yeah,
what I was
if we look at Chivalry 2, third person is almost required. First person is broken due to developmental things.
Yeah,
Also the angle of the third person.
I always enjoyed videos less of Shift 2 when it was in third person, up like first or like dark or
Yeah.
how I mean.
Yeah,
It was just
so
it wasn't
angle.
immersion. Kind of breaks immersion a little bit.
It's angle based as well, like where the camera position is. Chivalry 2, besides, like, let's say if first person wasn't broken, Chivalry 2's camera angle is better. It's positioned differently, so you see better and see more.
I see.
Mordau not so, because it's a very feint based game, and if you play third person, it's harder to read the feints. So for Mordhau, it is first person is optimal. For Ad Mortem, currently it's a balance, but most do play first person. Third person is just available for those that want to.
I see. Will you be hosting tournaments when the game comes out?
Of course. I mean, most of the development team used to be competitive players for the previous titles, like Chivalry and Mordau. I used to host events, so yeah.
If I remember correctly, how Mordhau did it, they had like a helmet skin if you like participated, and then if you won the tournament, it would be like an upgraded version of that same hat. You think of anything like that?
Yeah. So that is what they did. They did the leaf crown.
Yeah, it was like a clover.
Yeah.
Silver clover.
Yeah, the leaf crown barbute and the normal leaf crown skin. And then they changed it to another one after the first few tournaments to a bejeweled crown. They gave that out now. Chivalry used to do and still does peasant caps. We are probably looking at something similar as a reward system, but also more. Because but we see the genre is smaller, so the same people keep winning the same events. I think it would be cooler to have banners, titles tied to a specific event instead of just only one cosmetic. But it again is a scope thing and remains to be seen.
Alright. Will there be cosmetics with like effects like TF2 Unusuals where you have a guy with like a flaming helmet? Just something crazy. You got fire footsteps. So I'm thinking like how far are you going to try and take the cosmetics?
So we do want to keep magical aspects to a minimum. One of the Kickstarter rewards is an alternative rage effect. So that one might be something like a flaming effect, but a different color, more epic.
Yeah.
But we don't want too much visual clutter because the game is already intense and you have to focus really hard. At a higher level peak, you are really focused. And if there's more visual clutter like flaming effects and everything, it will worsen the experience for the competitive players.
Something cool I was thinking of, people were just joking about feet per POV because we're talking about first and third person. Like, all right, where's the feet perspective? But that's something cool of an idea of something like that would be, imagine if like instead of a kill tracker, it tracked the kills of the limbs that you killed the opponent. So like how many, it would show like exactly like which limb, like right leg kills, like, and like it'd be like a way to show like if the player's good at getting like headshots, like it'd show like neck kills. Like
That's
specific like
actually a cool one.
So
Oh, actually, I recommend that. Yeah, no, we have a very big stat system already. We want to do
yeah, because I feel like you
stat
could
track.
put that.
Yeah.
I feel like you could put that in the game. So rather than just like flat kills, it would actually show you which appendage. And like it show you like, okay, this guy gets like a buttload of like right arm kills. Like clearly like
Yeah.
playing the game. I wonder if people try and use that as counterplay. Like, oh, this guy has like only leg kills, so I'm gonna defend my feet.
Yeah, it would be fun. I mean, it's different than other games. Like for Mordhau, if you have to build your own armor set, so leg kills are more often done because if you have tier 1 legs, that's the place you aim for because it does more damage.
Yeah.
For us, it's not like that. So,
They're all
but it
set
could
defense
indicate it could indicate drags. Like if someone has a lot of foot kills or leg kills, they do a lot of specific foot drags. So
Yeah,
there is something to it.
Do you think it'll be? Do you think? What do you think would be? I'll let you can decide. I was just thinking. What do you think is the better concept? Like showing if it was left or right foot, or just foot kills or leg kills. I mean,
I don't know.
Like arm kills, foot like leg kills.
Yeah.
Like you could go very specific. Like ankle
Yeah.
kills. Just like I don't know.
The left pinky toe.
How many groin kills? How many times you shove them? How many hit a mace with somebody in the groin? Stupid stat. How many times you punch someone in the balls?
And I'll definitely propose it. I don't know how much in depth we're going, but it's a fun idea.
I hope that's an achievement. You punch somebody in the balls and get an achievement from Steve. Like, congratulations, you pummeled somebody in the nuts.
Achievement unlocked, Nutcracker.
Yeah, just like the nut punch.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I'll definitely recommend the appendage system, and we'll see how far we go. But it's a funny one.
That would be so funny. It's just like people would laugh because they just hear a Steam achievement as soon as I hit somebody in the groin.
I see YouTube. Someone asked if we're an extraction game. Not really. So we'll have a dungeon delving game. Technically, most dungeon delving game modes are some type of extraction, but it's not the basic extraction you're thinking of. So you'll do PvP, competitive 5 versus 5, and we'll have a 5-player co-op, which is dungeon delving, and that is do a mission and get out. So that aspect is extraction, but it's not like Dark and Darker or other games in the genre.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing the. Don't worry, Twitch chatters and YouTube chatters. I'm planning to like post the whole thing. This like whole like start to finish conversation. I might like splice it when I messed up on the cropping of the trailer. Like, oh, very professional. But on that, so it's gonna be like 2 hours. It's gonna be the longest video I've ever posted. It's gonna be like 2 hours long. People are like, oh my god. But you know, people. We'll see if it does well. I don't know if the video will do well, but I'm hoping
That's
so.
fine.
Right? People do like podcasts, so
I guess so.
we'll see if it works out. You don't need to advertisement or anything, of course. Like, I'll just post it. You know, I'm not trying to.
I mean, I'll give you a shout out. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
If people want answers, I mean, most of these questions, people in our Discord already know. But yeah, we can definitely give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm just. It's just really funny. It's like, yeah, because I'm butthurt that I makes it say, like, thanks to Skinny P, we're gonna do that. I was like, no! My credit. I was laughing with my brother about that. It was really funny to me. I was just like salty. I was just like, I wasn't really that mad. I was just like mildly like, just fuming.
Yeah. All good. But yeah, chat. So chat, you've seen all 4 of our videos. Anyone still have any questions about some aspects?
Yeah, I can just keep playing Arena.
Yeah, you can open up Arena. I'll stop sharing my screen and you can continue.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not. There's no game audio, so it's just me talking with just that in the background.
Yeah.
So might as well give
all
it
good.
to people. All right, hey, yeah. Oh boy, back to throwing my teammates because I'm not. Sure, my teammates won't mind. Good luck, everybody else.
Yeah. There will be a type of progression system in dungeon delving, so the more you play, the better you get, the harder the enemies are going to become, but also you will grow stronger. What format that takes is still being developed, so we're still very much in the planning phases for that. But it's definitely going to be a good gameplay loop, of course.
Yeah.
I see someone asked if we do PvPvE. Right now, no. Right now, there is a strict separation between PvP and the PvE game modes. One of our stretch goals for the Kickstarter was a PvE mode. We didn't reach it. Stretch goal was at 1 million because it really increases the scope of what we have to do by a lot. So it's not out of the question yet, but it's more of a thing, how well do we do? Like if we blow up, when we get millions of people buying the game, we can expand, we can do more. So it depends on our success. And of course, if you guys want to keep in touch, get updates, know what's going on, we have a Discord server, obviously. I'm very active there. You can always ping me, ask me questions, and join it for any updates we give, obviously.
Hey, look, I'm like the pretty much the pioneer of bar builds. Look, this guy's made an exact copy of my build. As you can see, down to the trousers and everything.
Exactly the same.
Yeah, the modifiers are like armor penetration and headshot damage bonus. Oh, he's playing Warlock with the build, I think. I see a spell book.
Oh.
Wait, what? No, he has it's a craftable book. It's a golden book that any class can actually wear.
Oh, okay. I don't know that much about the game.
Yeah, you can see what happened to my health bar. I was like 80% health, full health. Oh, he's gonna hack you, say that's not hacking. He's not hacking. It's just so just imagine if you headshot somebody rather than doing 100 plus more damage than normal of a torso hit, it does like 147 more damage percent. That's what headshot damage does. So stacking that with armor penetration, which ignores their armor rating stat, then it just basically auto deletes them from the game.
I see someone ask about the dungeon delving mode. It's gonna be a mix of smaller fights with harder enemies and bigger groups of enemies, which might be a bit easier to kill, but if you don't play well enough, they will overwhelm you. So it's gonna be a mix. It's gonna be a little bit comparable to Vermintide in a way, but with our combat system, our spawning systems. But it's the closest comparison you could make, I suppose. So a little bit like Left 4 Dead, but also not. It's its own thing.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet. I have to focus on this bar. So basically, long story short is if he headshots me once, I'm dead. It's from full health. It's basically.
Oh, is that strong?
Yeah, one-shotting somebody is usually not easy to do unless you use a very hyper-specific build.
Okay.
So like one hit in the head and it's over from there on that guy. Also, I just don't really have any. I think I've asked like every question I could think of, unless I just come up with something on the fly.
That's fine. I mean, I've kept your time for a long while already. It's been over an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah, I'm planning to post this like whole thing in a video. So,
sure.
Just as like interview. Unless you don't want me to. If you don't want me to, then perfectly fine.
Oh, you can post it. It's fine. It's a bunch of the questions.
Yeah, you want me to put in the video with the trailers, or no? I'll let you decide on that.
It's up to you how you want to splice it, because some of the questions are repeated because people join in later and have the same questions.
I'm just planning to put in the full talk in the video, like the full talk, and then the only splicing I do is like when I messed up the cropping of the first time you play the video. It's like just very minor.
Sure, you can. Yeah, it's fully up to you. You can edit however you want. I don't mind.
Well,
just as I said, repetition.
Yeah, I'm usually doing it because like with Dev Q&A, people were kind of annoyed there wasn't a YouTube video of the whole thing. So that's why I'll just put the whole thing so there's no complaints about, oh, well, why didn't you put it? Why is there no video of the whole thing? Or why is it spliced? I wanted to
Yeah, sure.
listen to the whole podcast because there used to be a podcast for Dark called The Darkest Hour. It was very popular, but people got bored, I think, or they wanted to move on to other things.
I see. Okay. Yeah, so you can upload it fully. I don't mind.
I could try and be funny and call it The Darkest 2 Hours. The Darkest just as a reference.
However you want to call it, all good.
Yeah. Do you have any title suggestions? I'll take suggestions if you want the title to be something specific.
No, up to you. I mean, I would say that mention us, the name, and just...
Yeah, I was probably just gonna do something basic, like interview with the head of Mortem's team.
I'm not the head. I'm community manager.
Well, yeah, community manager. I mean, Giru is the head director, if I remember.
Yeah. Giru is the lead developer and CEO.
Yeah.
And I mean, as I said earlier, the most of the team is a big veteran, so quality-wise for the combat, we are really solid. For those who have played similar games, it's gonna be very much the same.
I guess.
Unless you're talking, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sure.
Sorry to interrupt.
I was gonna say unless you mean Chivalry 2, because then the held parry versus timed parry is gonna be a bit of a throw off. So there's a learning curve there. But if you played previous games like Mortem and Chivalry Medieval Warfare, then it's definitely similar.
So a good question I just thought of, is there anything like currently that you guys are developing with the game that you like it's giving you like a really hard time, like you're going through like development nightmare? I don't leak anything, but I'm just like,
no, we're rebuilding. Yeah, no, we decided to rebuild the movement system components.
Yeah, you said that earlier, I remember.
Yeah, because we're using Unreal Engine's default movement systems, and they're fine, but they don't allow us to make minor changes for bigger improvements. So we decided to build another one, and that
you want to avoid the spaghetti code.
It's no, not that. It's limiting in a way, the basic one from Unreal Engine, so you can't do slight minor changes for major impact.
Yeah.
And so we are now changed to one that does allow this, but it does mean building all of those aspects of the game back up from ground zero, which means we've introduced a bunch of new bugs right now.
I see.
But they're being worked on, and we're already, I think, 60-70% done. So we'll get there soon, and then we can move back to the other aspects of the game.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad.
But that's definitely a struggle right now.
Yeah, is it going smoothly? Development going smoothly, or is it just like mad nightmare fuel? Like, oh my god, we got all this Kickstarter money. We gotta do all these things now. Oh god.
No, it's going well. So a few of the developers are being brought on already full time. A few more being added soon.
That's cool.
Development is going good. We did a new roadmap with current ideas and scopes of what we want to achieve within this next sprint and the next half a year. We're slowly building up, so it's going well. No, nothing to complain about.
Yeah. I don't know too much about development, but if you guys are doing the Dark and Darker collab, wouldn't it be easier to ask the guys just to give you the model file since you're both Unreal? Does it work like that? Can't you just transfer the model of the item?
Usually, yeah. So the model files, it doesn't really even matter if it's Unreal or not. It's a Blender. Usually it's Blender files or whatever the modeling program is, but they're all a specific file type. And those can be shared in between. The main issue would be sizing. In Unreal Engine, it's not a real big issue, but you've used to see in other games that, for example, player models are 2 units in this game and 5 units in the other, so they're very much a different size, and then they don't work.
Nice.
But Unreal Engine 5 kind of made everything a basis of every player character, I think, is 2 units of height, like as an example, and they're all the same.
I'd love to see the champion, like some of the armor for the champion for Barb.
I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, the scale plate definitely.
I think the best idea would just to take the helmet at the very least for the because there's an armor in the game already, so there's no way they couldn't do that. I feel like that'd be the best course of action or the best
They'll
thought, but I don't know. I'll let them decide. They might want weapon skins because
they'll let us know.
Yeah, they were talking. This was before for the chatters. This was way before they added the fire skins. They wanted to add weapon skins in the talks, but they didn't know how to do it. And so one of the reasons why they really want to do it is because gives them a good way. Yeah. Also, at first SDF didn't know what Admorn was, but then after looking, he's like, "Oh man, this looks good." So he's a fan.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to them what they want, and we can negotiate however they want. It's all at the end of the day, that's for the business people.
Yeah, let the suits talk, as you said it.
Yeah.
That's why I've been like completely silent. That's why I'm not like said anything. So I don't want to ruin anything.
I'm also not active in the chats, but it's going well.
Yeah, I look over time to time. I'm not like sharing or anything. Keeping it secret.
I asked someone if PvE will be roguelike. We're not sure yet. So I've probably answered this a few times already, but PvE is still very much being developed. A lot of things can still change. It's hard to make a really good PvE game. And we have high quality standards, so we want to make the best PvE game that fits with the combat type, because this is a combat type that no other PvE game exists in. It's a tracer-based melee slasher combat, which means it's harder and more challenging to fight, but it also means the stats on a weapon matter less, because it's about being able to defend well and manipulate your weapon swing to bypass parries. So whether your weapon does 20% more damage, it matters, but it still matters less if the enemy can parry you.
Yeah.
So that's a tricky part of this, but we are working at it, and we've come a long way, and we're still reintroducing new aspects and improving it for the better. Whether that's going to be roguelike or not remains to be seen, but there's definitely going to be some type of progression, because we want to continuously make it challenging for players, not that they reach a point and it becomes boring, because then you lose retention.
Yeah, I hope Champion is not the class where it's just the darker with a Barb where it's just like everyone points finger. I played Barb, but like he's always been the big cheese guy, so everyone blames Barb for. To be fair, there are just absurd things. So like recently, I found a bug. The stat modifier for a headshot damage bonus. It was supposed to be capped, but for some reason it just wasn't, and no one tested it because it's super hard to get a high percentage of headshot damage. But because I tested it with like a mid-max build, and I was doing 619 damage, and the normal is like 130. Like high damage for like decent damage is 130, 150. It was doing 600. So like they were like, "Oh my god!" It's still in the game right now, but like you have to really go out of your way to stack it and stat. But they're going to fix it with the next update. Like I've helped.
No, that's good.
Like one of the things what I'm gonna do is like. Not only am I going to try and get really good at Mortem, and when I get my hands on the pre-alpha, I'm also going to look for bugs, especially like with the UI, if there's like inventory, because usually Unreal games are very finicky about that. If you like do certain actions like switcheroos and
we'll definitely need that down the line when we're doing PvE testing. Currently, it's mostly PvP testing because that's combat focused. But we'll definitely continue with PvE down the line. It's just that this sprint we do this, that sprint we do that.
One suggestion I would make is it would be really nice if there was a setting. I've always wanted this in a game. Like in Dark and Darker, I know you're watching the stream, I have a button that hides the HUD. I always wish there was a option in HUD settings where like you can like instead of just turning off and on the HUD, you can choose which HUD icons to turn off and on. So like if I wanted to hide my HUD, I could still see my health bar. But like I could choose which to show and which to not in the settings. So like if I didn't want the mini map or I didn't want the compass on the top, like I'd have the option to like do that and customize my HUD how I want to. That would be one suggestion. That'd be pretty nice.
Maybe. I mean, our HUD won't be super cluttered. It's competitive, so it's gonna be
Yeah,
what you need and nothing extra.
yeah. I already saw the HUD in the trailer. Doesn't seem too cluttered, but it was just something in dark and darker in games in general. I've always like really
Yeah.
wanted. TF2 kind of has that with modding. You can do like simple like HUD customizations, however you like. I love the customizability.
Yeah, okay. I'll check with the devs what the options are there.
Yeah.
Can't promise though. It's
Yeah,
gonna,
no pressure.
it's already
anything.
designed.
It's just a suggestion.
Mhm.
So, no, I'm not trying.
I
Like,
see.
I always tell Darker does like, please do not cater to me. Like, I do not want to be that type of like guy who gets like a streamer who gets catered to by devs and gets special. Like, I always ask like I do help them
definitely.
with like suggestions and all that. Like, actually today I was talking with Paul about it. There's a perk called Morale Boost. So you get like 25% of your HP back after a player kill, but it works on your teammates as well. So like in arena, it's really competitive. So imagine like if you're playing more like high elo, like super competitive. So like if everyone has morale boost, you would actually kill your own teammate right before they kill the enemy does. So you get the health back and they don't. It's just like you probably should incentivize the behavior of killing your teammates.
Yeah, I've seen something like that in Mordo events as well. So to prevent enemies to get health, you kill your teammates. Yeah.
That's actually today. Paul was like, "Yeah, maybe we should have incentive." Oh my goodness, my teammates are just beating a man to death with a torch. Sorry, move on. They just jumped in the corner.
I mean, we're gonna have team damage, obviously. Competitive game. If you hit your LA, they're gonna get hurt, obviously.
What about the team damage? Like how Rainbow Six Siege did, if you do enough team damage, it'll start doing damage to only you. It'll just reflect the damage you do back to your health bar.
I don't know. Maybe we haven't looked at the balancing there. It's gonna be our initial idea is like if someone is griefing, you can vote kick them.
I see. Yeah, because that was something like if you do 20 damage to your teammate, instead of them taking the 20 damage, it's you that takes the 20 damage. So you're incentivized to not hit your teammates even more so because you are actively punished.
Well, it's different for our game because you have a lot of cluster fights, and it's very normal to hit your ally. And if you hit your ally and you suddenly take damage, that's a bit of trolling.
Yeah.
So we're probably not going to do that. It's different for a shooter.
Yeah, probably.
I see in the YouTube chat someone asked me if I'm going to switch to Mortem if it comes out to play. Yeah, of course.
What are you currently playing? Yeah. That's the better question.
I mean, I play Mordo more than Shiv, but I also play at Mortem in the tests.
You want a duel? I'll wonder one you.
In what game? Shivery 1, Shivery 2, Mordo?
Yeah, Mordo, duel you.
I don't know, how good are you?
If I win, you give me everything I want.
I mean, I'm not super bad, so...
If I win, you have to put a Red Lizard Man Easter egg somewhere. Just somewhere. Like either in the trailer when you're doing the collab. It's just... Actually, I had a dream about that. So my dreams is very weird. I usually have dreams of like the games that I play. I had a dream that you guys released a trailer of the Dark and Darker collab, and it was my Red Lizard Man and your art style. Just in the trailer, just giving the sword to a random guy, to like one of the guys. Just random dream.
That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, 1v1 me. If I win, you gotta put a Red Lizard Man Easter egg in.
I mean, I don't decide those things, but I mean, I'm more than happy to destroy you in Mordo.
I don't want to ask Giro because he'll curb stomp me probably. I'm kind of rusty. I haven't played in a minute, but I used to be like really good at it.
Big chance I'll beat you too.
Oh no, I'll mess you up, boy. I'll mess you up.
I mean, I'm also a veteran of the community, so you know.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Surely you're not gonna just chamber fate me every swing I call for it. God, I hate chamber fate. I'm so glad you guys aren't doing chambering. I don't know if we've talked about that, but there won't be any chambering. I hated that so bad. That's what ruined Mortal. Just like all the people that were left would just chamber fate, like spam. Nothing else. I'm just like, this game sucks.
Like I like just the parry. Like, all right, you just gotta click the button. Like, super simple, easy to follow. Everyone can understand. You just click the button when they are about to hit you.
Yeah, no, for sure. We don't have chambers. We do think it's a crutch mechanic.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It is. New players don't understand what's happening. Medium level players will start using it and only using it, so they limit their own skill expression and not learn how to do proper drags, not learn how to do spacing, matrices, and such.
Yeah, I don't want any cucumbers.
Which is dodging.
I don't want waterfalls.
Yeah.
I don't want any of that.
It's a crutch mechanic, and at higher levels, it's a detriment because it's a stem waste.
Yeah.
So we don't agree with it. We say you can feint, and you need to just learn how to counter feints.
A good way to
either
put
by
it,
reading.
Yeah, a good way to put it is I want to fight in a sword game, not play ballerina simulator with sharp objects.
It's feints are still feints. So back in Chivalry 1, you needed to hard read feints, which is know your opponent, know the movement style they play, and guess if they're gonna feint you or not.
Yeah, big burly men with big swords. That's realistic, not little girls doing ballerina dances on the ice skating rink. Oh man, that's funny. I do wonder with the height differences of the shield guy and the other dudes, do you think it'll get problematic? Because like one of my first concerns is, do you think it's possible to get around a parry by like jumping while you're swinging and you hit their back because you're taller? That's what I was kind of worried about. Like especially like pole arms or something like with an overhead, like you could just hit them in the back so they can't like parry it. That was one of my biggest concerns.
You mean that the weapon tracer will go behind the parry box?
Yeah, so it will hit them from their like upper back because the different heights of the characters.
Yeah,
so, like,
that's not really a big thing because the only character that's currently taller is the brutes and the juggernaut, so the tanks, and their weapons are shorter.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't know if it'll be possible if like because swing manipulation. I mean, you guys are veterans of swing manipulation. Definitely better than me at swing manip. I'm pretty decent at it.
I don't think it's going to be a major problem. I mean, things like cucumber drags or such where you drag around the parry box into the toe of the other side. It's basically what it means. That's possible in Chivalry and in Mordhau. But right now, it's not really possible with us. But there's still other drags people can do.
Yeah.
So you can always hit someone somewhere else, but behind the parry box, currently not really.
Yeah. That was my only concern with the taller. You jump and like lean forward and hit their back. So the taller shorter.
Yeah, no.
But if I think that'd only be a problem if you had like a halberd or something. So if it's the brute short one-handers because he's a shield, then I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not an issue right now.
I would just love for you to test people to see how much they know about like the Mordhau and ship. You just start putting in like yo-yo, like all right, cucumbers, waterfall, walking the dog. Let's see if they catch on it. See if they know what you're talking about. Like, what is that? Just put yo-yo tricks. All right, do they actually know what they're talking about? They just put in this yo-yo.
I mean, I'll try to keep the jargon lower. I guess most.
Yeah, because most people don't know what it means.
Yeah. It's basically a drag is swinging your weapon during the swing animation away from the direction you're swinging to delay the moment you hit your opponent. You would do this to prevent you from lining up with their parry animation. Yeah. So you make it slower. And they miss their parry, so you hit them. That's the easy way of explaining it.
Yeah.
And then in previous games, you can do very disgusting drags, where they just do a full circle and somehow hit your left toe.
We love Beyblades, yeah. We love Beyblades.
Beyblades is a spinner. I'm more talking about a horizontal
I thought you were talking about the Shiv 1, just like when people turn just spin around like crazy.
Ballerinas, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said ballerinas. I want to fight in a sword game, not a ballerina contest on ice skate.
Yeah. Master Beyblade.
Oh man, it's fun talking with you. And if you ever want to
I mean,
talk
I
off stream, if it's okay, because like
Yeah, we can.
I don't mind
It's-
like just spend any time, but only if you're not busy. Like, I don't want to take too much of your time.
Yeah.
Like, because I have free time all day. Like, I have whatever. I just hope I'm not taking your free time away. We're doing something
No,
else. that you
it's
need to
fine
take
for
care of.
me. Saturdays I'm usually good. But for today it's all good. But I do have to get going soon because I want to have some dinner.
Yeah. Please, sir.
So,
may I have another? You want more?
So I guess unless there's still some questions from chat, otherwise we're probably going to be rounding it off.
Yeah. Well, there you go, chat. Last chance to ask a question to the one of the head guys of Add More.
I'm community manager.
Community manager. Not bad. Is there anything left you want to talk to the community manager about?
Okay, guess what?
Yeah,
Then,
all right. I guess that will there be a boob slider?
no.
I don't even think there's females in the game. I think it's all dudes, right?
No, there's females as well, female classes. The Desecrator you saw in this trailer, that's that's
Yeah.
female.
I thought that was just a very. I just thought that was a very skinny dude.
There we have some female classes. Right now we're redoing. I think it was the Stalker or the Sentinel as female. I'm not entirely sure which one. And the Desecrator is female.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, let me see. Will my not sweaty friends still be able to have fun? Yeah, and they might not be able to always play with you because MMR matching and all. Because if you're, let's say, a diamond and your friend is an iron, yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, you'll have MMR matchmaking, so they'll always be matched against someone of their own skill level. So they'll definitely still be able to have fun. And PvE, you can play with your friends in PvE regardless of your skill level, because we're not going to care if you smurf on the bots, obviously.
Nah, we love smurfing. Yeah, let's smurf it. Come on, let me get in there on that 12-year-old on bronze, just on a laptop. Come on, go. Yeah. Wood rank.
Yeah, so
what's the lowest rank?
And we haven't decided the ranks themselves. I just gave some like common example, but yeah, we have built the MMR initiations, but we haven't determined what the ranks are yet.
I can't wait for when the rewards for the ranks come in and the lowest ranks get a Dun's head. Dun's head or something. Just mud on their helmet. just mud stain. Oh, it's so funny.
But yeah, so thank you very much for having this talk. I hope the chat enjoyed it. And everyone...
I enjoyed it too. I hope you did too. Hopefully, I didn't take too much of your time or anything. Like I said, I'm not the best at being professional, so I try my best. I'm just usually
it's fun.
Yeah, I'm usually very laid back and just chilling. Just a person trying to make a living playing video games. So hopefully, I can do that with the game that you guys are making. That's what I'm hoping.
Of course. It definitely was a fun chat to have, and I hope the chat learned something more. If you didn't know yet about Mortem, well, now you know some more, and go check us out. We have the trailers up, Steam page. You can wishlist us, which helps us a lot. So if you really want to help us out, give us a wish list, because the more wish lists we have, the better our standing is within the industry. So it helps us out a lot. And consider joining the Discord to get updates.
All right. Sounds perfect.
Then see one more Question: will there be a huge, massive jungle sword that takes 5 seconds to swing? No. Everything is balanced. There will be slower weapons and faster weapons, but nothing like the Chivalry 2.
Will there
Forgot the name
be?
of
Will
it.
there? I guess the one last question I would have is: will there be any Easter eggs?
Right now, not yet, but we'll definitely sprinkle some Easter eggs around near the end of development, just for fun.
Yeah, red lizard Easter egg. Yeah, yeah. I'm just hoping my sword gets into the game, bro. I'm on that hopium. You know that meme image of the, the hopium
Yeah.
syringe? That's me right now. Just like I need.
Well, let's see.
I need. But
Let's
if
see.
not, it's perfectly fine. I hope the collaboration just works out more than anything than my just like childish wish.
And we're doing the talks, and we'll see what they give and what we give. So it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, then I hope you have a good stream the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I'm
hope
gonna
you
get
have
some
a-
dinner.
Yeah. I hope
And,
you have a good dinner.
Thank you, and I hope chat enjoys the rest of the stream as well.
Yeah. Thank you for showing up, man.
No worries. Thank you for giving me some space.
Of course. Anytime.
All right. See you later.
See you, man.
Bye.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. I am exhausted. I am very tired. It was worth it, though. Wanted to make sure